gonna do better now. Dave Rose is your new champion. Five-time champ. Dave Rose is your new champion. He's your five-time champ. He's your five-time champ. Champion. Information. The drama emperor. He's better than you. More good looking and more smarter. He knows everything about everything. He knows everything about you too. Don't fuck with him. Drama emperor, he's a champ. Champ is here, they roll. They do a stream about you, don't care. He'll bring on everyone to know him. He got some good hair with the good eyebrows. He's better than you now and forever. He's a champion. They roll him. Oh, he's the emperor. He's better than you. Nate Rose looks better than you. He's more good looking and smarter. He's a champion. Get harder. Hard stool, soft stool, don't matter. Nate Rose is a champion. Oh, he's got with it. He's getting it on with the trap on his. Oh, man, I got $1,000 bill around my waist. Gonna be Dave Rose. Ain't Gucci bound, not a Louis Gucci thing. Got a fucking championship. Dave fucking Rose, champion, five-time man. You take it, you won't do shit. Don't do the drama, don't quit. Stop talking about me, you talking about him. I don't care, I don't can. Dave Rose better than you when you know it. And you gotta take it. He's higher on the pedestal, you're low tier.
Welcome, everyone, to Dave's Drama Diner, episode 78. I am your host, Devious Dave Rose. And as always, let's start off the show by showing our gratitude and appreciation for all those that have chosen to spend their time with us here today. We've got It's the Costanza, Derailed News and Podcast, J Diz, Latino Heat, Ronald Booth, Fess Love, Z the Reaper, It's Steve Callan, The YR Program, The Man with Two First Names, The Goon, and many people are also filtering in. Now, I expected to do a sort of chill stream today, chill hangout stream, but, well, from time to time, the Dave signal gets put out there, the devious signal. And, just as I've said before, I am the hero the community needs, not the one it deserves. And as such, you don't have to thank me, and you never will. But, yeah, Dave's signal's been put out there, and I respond. Because I choose to. So, what do we got here? Well, we got Tony going live right now. He's apparently reviewing Seaman's Gay Zone, or Gray Zone, whatever. I think the R is silent, to be honest. With Bars and YR, where they were reviewing what Tony had done and really just dissecting it for what it was. And he's there today reviewing it right now. Let me just quickly check to make sure that the right people are listening. I just gotta check my chat, because we will be getting at least one caller, excuse me, into the show to address this. But let me just do this. Alrighty, so we know Tony's going live talking shit again. Denying, refusing things, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah. Also, hi, Shid. Hi. He's trying to start shit the other day in Seaman's chat. Imagine being a grown man obsessed with what another man smells like. It's fucking pathetic. And that's who Shid is. A very pathetic limey who probably smells like garbage water, to be quite honest. But let's get back now to a less threatening image. I know some people get scared. But, yeah, so what do we got? We got Tony denying that he's been talking about Ken's kids and all that. But obviously the evidence is out there that proves otherwise. So let's review it. This is him from his stream that's currently going live, saying that he's never done these things. He's never talked about them, blah, 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 blah. Because he's responding to Ken when he called into Seaman's show. So let's go forward.
All this shit in the chat, right? And it's like when somebody, even Jacob RP was like, well, you said this stuff about his kids, which he did.
False.
He did say the, child
False.
Services to come to my house because
False.
of malnutrition.
False.
I don't feed them. There's no roof over their head.
False.
They have nothing. He either forgets that he says these things,
False.
or he just blatantly outright lies. But
False.
Dave made a good point. If he
Lies.
was to forget that he said these things, why would he delete or private the videos that he said it on? So obviously he has those videos.
Depends who
He
was on
went
the
and told YR
show,
that he
you
likes
fuck.
to do these shows overnight, where if you watch me, you get to see it, but if you don't, the video's gone the next day. He's only literally did that one time.
Oh, what was last night?
And it's just lie after lie after lie after lie.
What was last
after
night
lie
there,
after lie after
buddy
lie.
boy?
I do believe that he does remember this stuff because
Of course he does. Seaman. Smarten up. Also, he said false 7 times and then lies once at least. But, yeah. How about we actually hear the evidence that proves otherwise? So, let's just maneuver myself to this folder. And there we go. So, false, 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 false. Lies? Well, let's listen to this.
Don't have a nice bedroom,
I
Ken.
really don't.
They don't have a nice bedroom. You definitely do not fucking spoil them like Joe spoils his kids. You do not do that. These kids are starving. These kids are fucking hungry. These kids have no fucking clean clothes on their back. I mean, it's just a crime. I think fucking DSS is going to be called on you, Ken. I really do. I think they're going to have the child social services come take these kids away. I really do. I think these kids are going to be taken away, man. Lack of nutrition. I mean, if they're following your diet, I mean, Jesus. Feeding them Coca-Cola and, despicable, Ken. You should read that book, Ken. Or How to Be a Good Dad. Maybe you should read that book. Okay? How to Be a Good Dad, Ken.
Well, that's kind of strange, isn't it? That's kind of strange, because, you know what, I'm going to have to go back. Let's play that first clip again. Let's play that first clip.
All this shit in the chat, right? And it's like when
Actually, hold on. Let's even prep it up for this. Hold on. All right,
Don't have a
perfect.
nice
Hold on.
bedroom,
No,
Ken.
shh.
They don't-
Okay, so let's do it this way. Hold on. How am I going to do this? Okay, that works. And let's do that. Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the king of New York, Foulmouth Ken. I was going to play that again and have him answer himself by playing the two clips at the same time, but I guess you've heard enough.
Well, I mean, I could call back if you want.
Okay, let's do that. Yeah, just call back in just a moment because I want to play this little fucking game here. It's going to be quick. All right, cool. All right, that's one of our special guests. Perfectly fine. I want to just play this little game here because it's fun, really. I mean, this is the type of person that you could actually get a soundboard of himself and have him fight against himself, thinking that it's another person. So where the fuck did that go? That's... Okay, where is it? Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're going to make Tony answer himself.
All this shit in the chat, right? And it's like when somebody, even Jacob RP was like, well, you said this stuff about his kids, which he did.
False.
He did say the,
Don't have a nice bedroom. You definitely do not fucking spoil them like Joe spoils his kids.
child
False.
Services to come.
False.
You do not do that. These kids have no fucking clean clothes on their back. I mean, it's just a crime. I think fucking DSS is going to be called on you, Ken. I really do. I think they're going to have the child social services come take these kids away.
Child
False.
services to come to my house because
False.
of malnutrition.
False. Clothes on their back. I mean, it's just a crime. I think fucking DSS is going to be called on you, Ken. I really do. I think they're going to have the child social services come take these kids away.
Child
False.
services to come to my house. Say the, child
False.
services to come to my house because
False.
of malnutrition.
False.
I don't feed them. There's no roof over their head.
False.
They have nothing.
These kids are fucking hungry. These kids have no fucking clean clothes on their back. I mean, it's just a crime. I think fucking DSS is going to be called on you, Ken. I really do. I think they're going to have the child social services come take these kids away. False.
Services to come to my house because
False.
of malnutrition.
False.
I don't feed them. There's no roof over their head.
False.
They have nothing.
All right, so we've had enough fun with that. Ken, call right back in. Looking forward to your call. I wanted to pull a Ken, to be quite honest. I wanted to really dig that deep. Just grind it in there. And also, I must ask, Tony, how did it feel to lose so badly? False. Literally, if that was played in court, that's an automatic charge. There you go. And conviction. So, because there'd be additional charges otherwise. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the man himself to talk about the issue. I hope you enjoyed that little, attempt to, really grind it in there. But, yeah, what's your thoughts?
So, Dave, I sat on that recording since he said it. And once he started denying it, I said, how is this guy going to deny something that he knows multiple people heard him say? He knows probably he recorded it. And I gave him ample time to fucking say that he did it. And he kept denying and denying and denying and denying and denying. He even denied it today about like 20 minutes ago on his channel again. And we had that discussion last night about, does he really realize that he said these things, or did he forget, or is he really lying about it? Right? So, I mean, it's pretty obvious. Like, he knows what he's saying. Okay. And it's obvious that he fucking lied. And he'll probably still somehow sit there and justify what he said and tell everybody that, nope, that's not what I said. That's not, you guys are taking it out of
He'll
context.
review the clip that I just made of him talking to himself, or
And
just
he'll
replying.
deny it.
And
Yeah.
he'll be like, well, that's kind of taken out of context. Or like, I can totally see the delusion there. It's like literally it's his own words. He'll be like, oh, that was
Oh, he
somebody
can
else
say that.
imitating me.
He could say that all he wants because you played the part where I said he called Child Protective Services, and that's exactly what he said after he said DSS or whatever the fuck he said. He said Child Protective Services.
It's
Same
Child Social
exact-
Services is what he initially
Yeah.
said, and then he said
Yes,
Child
and then he
Protective
changed
Services.
it.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Same thing, though.
So
Same-
either way, yeah. So either way, he said what we all said he said, that we seen him say it that night. So my point is, he sits there and he's like, trying to deny these things, and you look like a fucking piece of shit, Tony. And you sit there and you're trying to justify yourself for the things you say and act like the victim when you're texting my girlfriend, like leave my girlfriend out of it. What does she have to do with it? What the fuck do my kids have to do with it? What do my kids have to do with it?
You shouldn't have said that, Ken. You shouldn't have said that,
This
Ken.
dude is so spineless, bro. Like, this guy is so... I think he's worse than 20 Scotts put together, bro. This guy is just an outlandish lowlife that should have nothing but bad things in his life. And I hope, you know what? For lying to people and for fucking being a manipulative, scheming piece of shit that you are, a fake lowlife that you are, I hope you reap everything that you bring to yourself. I really do. And I didn't put this out for the longest time because I was like, what's the sense of me going and playing this and proving him wrong? What is the sense? Because you know what? He will not take responsibility for it still. He will not take responsibility for it. And when he hears this, he still won't take responsibility for it because he passes the buck along. That's what this guy's always done. Passed it along. He's probably done it in his real life. That's why he's a dude who sits in a room all day. I mean, there's a reason for that. You know what I mean? He's not taking care of family. He's not home because he's injured. He's not home because of this. He retired and this and that. No, he sits home all day because he is a fucking loser that has never amounted to anything in his life because he is this person right here. What you just heard. A lying motherfucker who lies through his teeth. Lies through his teeth. You know? And you know what? I said fuck it today. Once I heard him deny it again, I sent the video to all of you guys and said, hey, you know what? Here. Yeah, here's the proof. Here's the fucking proof.
Well, the drama diner is always welcoming of such fresh ingredients, and we always have a great time providing people with great meals of truth.
And you got Paul 3 in the chat asking, what's the number to call in? For what, Paul? You're going to call in and fucking defend Tony now? Is that what you're going to do, Paul? You're going to defend Tony?
I've heard he's been in Tony's chat substantially.
Yeah, because I never said that. I never said that mom and dad shit. Dave, I never said that mom and dad shit about taking a shit on his mom and dad's grave until after he did that shit with my kids. All right. And then he sits there and denies that I even said that shit about my kids and tries to make it look like I'm just the guy who's going to go say I'll shit on your parents' grave for no reason at all. No, I went there because of that. That's why I went there. Was it wrong? Yes, it was. I shouldn't have went there because I lowered my shit just like he did. But I don't deny it or fucking try to lie about it. You know, and this guy's still denying it. And probably after he hears this, will still deny it.
And you've even gone, like, you've gotten heated and then you've calmed down, like, yeah, you know, I said that, I did that, it wasn't right, blah, 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 blah. But you've come out and admitted when you've made mistakes. But literally, this is the type of infant who is literally pointing to everyone else all the time and then saying, well, what about him? What about him? What about him? No, what about yourself?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like, you know, this guy was saying, prove it, prove I said that, prove it, because he thought no one had it recorded.
Well, there you go, Tony. It's been proven. It's been proven.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, Tony. We proved it. You kept asking for it. You got it. Now what do you say?
And having those two clips played side by side, I think is extremely relevant and important to the entire conversation. All right, let's welcome YR.
Y to the R.
Victory, another victory.
Another win, bro. Yeah. Well, it's not a win. It's just another proof. It's another step that we prove that these people are lowlives and they don't belong in this community or around all of us. You know, somebody who looks you right in the face and lies, they don't belong here, bro. I'm sorry.
Dave, Paul 3 actually called into Tony's show a couple weeks ago and they shat on Joe. And then remember when Joe came on like a couple days after that, for a little bit on my thing, and I told him about it, and he kind of brushed it off. But yeah, he's in the chat like you said all the time over there. But he actually called in a couple weeks. I don't know if you missed it or not. But
I don't. Again, I only get messages of people, you know, telling me, "Oh, Tony's saying this and stuff." I'm not really like looking out for certain names and stuff, other than shit, because you know, shit is just fun to deal with. And you know, obviously, Skunt is there as well. But I haven't from that. You know, I haven't really seen him around. I've heard his name brought up. I've heard he was at some point dealing with Joe and now he's not, and I have no idea. Again, look, Tony's channel is literally that that bathroom, that derelict bathroom in the factory that you work in that basically hasn't been used in many years, and it's only the emergency bathroom when you gotta, Go, but it's filthy, it's ignored, it's not one of the main ones, and that's where all the cockroaches go. This Carlos Ray guy's been I saw, when I was reviewing what he was saying about Ken.
talking mad
He's been
shit.
saying shit, and and on top of that, he's come to this channel and stuff like, oh, thank you for telling the truth, this and that. He's literally believing every single word that comes out of Tony's mouth, and he even said something like about Ken, because Tony was talking about Ken. He's like, oh, well, that's not a real friend. A real friend wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
when
a
was
real
Ken
friend
ever
wouldn't sit
friends
there and
with?
fucking-
But when was
Yeah,
Ken ever
but dude,
friends
he
with
was there that
Tony?
He was there that night, though. He was that dude Carlos was in the chat when he was saying that shit about my kid. So Carlos knew this the entire time. He's a fake fuck himself,
Wow.
bro. A fake fucking asshole himself.
Well, yeah, he was talking about that. I was saying shit in the chat about Scott last night, and
Both of them should
didn't-
get dressed up like women and fuck each other. How about that?
Well, listen,
Both
I thought
fuck
y'all
each
already
other.
knew about. Y'all didn't know that Scott, he wanted me to go on video and take a shower while he watches, right? Y'all already knew that, right?
No, I had no idea about that.
Well, I mean, that's a long ass time ago. That's back in the PS4 days. But
What?
y'all didn't know about that?
No, that's why we're saying no.
That's what I said in the chat yesterday in your chat, Dave. And Carlos or in my chat, and Carlos read that or something. I thought y'all knew about that.
No.
No.
Oh, all right.
Dude, Paul 3, you're weak, bro, with your shitty fucking humor that you try to bring on. I'm a shock jock. I say anything outlandish. Like, dude, shut the fuck up, bro. You here to start trouble. You're going to defend your little buddy, Tony. You're going to defend him for fucking lying, then you be a fucking spineless cunt, too, and defend him. Go ahead. Defend someone who would lie to you. Lie to your face. Go ahead, defend them. Fuck it. These people are nuts. I'm glad that the person you follow is a balls-ass fucking scumbag with no spine. Go ahead and keep following. Go ahead. Have fun.
So he says in the chat, now I'm unmanned. Ha, Drew,
Oh,
you
bottom dweller.
big-headed failure. You think anything you say to me matters. Yeah. I'm reading like Keith. Keith apparently wasn't too pleased that Tony said that he was empty inside. He took issue with that.
I let Paul beat 3 back in here to see what he was going to say, if he was going to be a fucking loser. And of course he is. I mean, that's what this dude is, right? We all knew that. So he just proved it again.
See, I don't even know what Paul... I've never had any interaction with this Paul 3 guy.
Dave, all he said in the chat was, Dave, what number can I call in to speak with you, right? And I blocked him. And he goes now and says, I get banned in the chat for speaking the truth. That's the truth? That's the truth? Hey, what number can I call in?
Yeah,
these guys,
that's not really
they
the
just
truth.
spit out. They just spit out like shit to try to. They're lying. What are they lying about?
Yeah,
I don't know what they're lying
it's
about.
a victimhood thing. And again, I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
I haven't touched the chat at all. Basically, Ken first hit him, then he unhit him. Okay, so Ken unhid you.
Give him a chance.
I'm just watching how the thing goes in the chat. I trust my mods, but I'm just watching.
See if he comes in and says logic. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I blocked too quick. He was just asking for a number. But no, I'm getting blocked because I speak truth. What truth did you speak, Paul? What truth? What truth? Nothing.
It's like basically saying, yeah, I'm going to allow CNN to be played in my dental office. And if anyone wants to change that because they feel it's biased, that's trying to censor the truth. No, we know CNN's already biased. So
pathetic.
But again, I'm willing to, I don't know. I don't understand why he's here, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
I don't interact with this guy. I don't think I've ever interacted with this guy in the past. I know of him just because people have been telling me he's been in Tony's chat. But I've never interacted with the guy. Don't even know what he wants. Don't really know whose side he's on or what he wants. But, I know that you apparently have some knowledge of the guy.
He's a wannabe shock jock. He says the most outlandish shit that he can say, type of thing.
Hold on. If I remember correctly, this guy was on Joe's show at some point. He had a fight with somebody on Discord, I think.
Yeah, he's always fighting with somebody, bro, because he's a loser. He's like one of those jealous types,
Again, it's just somebody I'm just not familiar with. And I mean, I don't really know what the purpose is for them to come here. I mean, maybe if you're, against Joe and, I was shitting on Joe, you would want to call in. But this is the first time I've ever seen him in my chat.
Paul doesn't want the truth to come out, so he'll sit there and say, "You're blocking me from making the truth out."
But
Meanwhile,
what
you didn't even
truth,
say
though?
anything, you fucking retard. You didn't even say anything with any truth at all. Fucking stupid. Oh, man, they're so dumb. Fucking just dumb people, bro. Just dumb. Really dumb. You burn your bridges here, bro. Obviously, that dude's the guy who burned his bridges too, Paul, because nobody likes him. And the same thing with fucking Tony. Tony has now put himself into the number one scumbag lowlife in the entire community. You outright fucking lie to people. Even your supporters, the handful that you have, you outright lie to them. You're lucky you found a couple of psychos, and you can have them stick with you, bro. You're psychos, because that's all you're going to get is a couple of fucking no-life whack jobs that just basically want to kill themselves anyway. So, I mean, they might as well want to kill themselves hanging around you. So it fits perfectly, you know? Fits perfect. Yeah, I heard him talking about Mikhail's mother and Mikhail calling him a retard every 2 seconds, and his mother's a fucking, you know, all this nasty shit. It's like, that's how you garner laughs, bro? That's how you do comedy? That's your comedy, right? That's your comedy.
Seems like a lot of
Fucking
people
waste.
are actually going out and making videos about Tony's little lie there.
Yeah, because you know what? It makes him look terrible that he would sit there denying it and denying it and denying it, and you just, there's no coming back anymore, bro. You have officially burnt the bridge to, there's no side, either side, and you're just in the water now, bro. You're just floating in the water now. Might as well wrap it up, call it a day, and just fade into oblivion like all other spineless scumbags do in this community. Bye-bye now.
And
They pull with you.
yeah, I honestly don't understand. I mean, I don't understand. Is it because I'm commenting on what Tony said? He wants to come in and defend Tony? I mean, like, because I know that
Who
he left
knows?
Joe and
He
he
wants
had
to
that
tell the truth.
fight.
He wants to bring the truth. He never talked about your kids. That's just photoshopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because we've exposed this, I think it should just be very evident that when we say something like, well, the guy did this, and he does a video, I'm like, no. I think now it's time to recognize that the guy is a bald-faced liar. He knows what he's doing, okay? C-Man asked this on his video. The guy knows what he's
fear
doing.
him.
That's why he's very...
I fear Paul 3, Dave. I fear Paul 3. I'm so afraid of Paul 3.
That's
I don't even think that's
Paul 3.
that's a
That's only
different
what a
Paul.
child would say on YouTube. Fears you for what?
Ken
For
fears
what he can
me.
expose? Well, what can he expose? Ken's fat. Oh my God, I didn't know. Oh my God.
Oh my
Ken's
God,
42
man.
years
What a
old.
pussy.
Oh my God. He's over
A
the
little
hill,
bitch.
clearly.
Take the cock out of your mouth, Paul 3, because whenever you talk, you sound like you have a cock enlarged in your throat. All right? So stop telling other people what they sound like. Cock 3, listen, you're a faggot fucking failure that's never done anything with your life either. So I understand why you want to align yourself with a fake faggot who fucking has no spinal cord and can't tell the truth, because you're not the truth. You're another one of these. And Joe warned me about you back in the day, too. Told me you were one of those fucking wackos. You think that you have a good name around these areas, bro? You think that people like you or trust you?
I
You're
want to
known be a
know. I
lying
honestly
scumbag
just want to
yourself.
know. I just want to know why he's here. Because, like, I mean,
He's known
I'm
to be a
letting,
lying
like,
scumbag.
first of all, hold on, give me a sec. First of all, I am your drama emperor, Paul 3. You know that. And I could easily either instruct one of my many loyal soldiers to remove you, or I could do it myself. So what I would like to know is, because you've been allowed to speak for the most part, why are you here? Is it because of Ken? Can you show me on the doll where Ken hurt you? Is it because of me? Did I do something that apparently, incensed you? Is it because I'm discussing Tony's hypocrisy and his total exposure as a liar? What exactly?
Jealousy.
What is
You
the
didn't
purpose
say
of
it.
your presence here?
Jealousy.
No, yeah, I mean, you can watch, but if you're going to be talking shit about because he says in the chat, he says, listen to him. I hear the fear in his voice.
Yeah, I'm so fearful,
Really,
man.
it really
Praying.
sounds like his voice is shaking. You
I'm
know?
just praying to God that I don't have to interact with you. I'm just praying that you don't call me out and show how I'm a liar. Maybe have like a video of me denying something. I'm just so fearful of that you'll show how much of a lying, spineless twat I am. Oh, wait, that happened to Tony from Revere, yeah. Well, God forbid the same thing happens to me. I'd be so afraid of Paul 3, of Cock 3, who's such a big fucking, personality in this community. He's taking it by storm. He's just...
Listen to this. He says, I'm here because of the incredible amount of sadness that comes from your basement dweller's mouth. That doesn't make any sense to me.
I know, dude. This guy...
You think I should let him call in? Should we hear what this guy sounds like? I mean, I think I've heard him before, but...
Nah.
All
he
right.
sounds like he's got a cock in his
the king
throat.
of New York has spoken.
You don't want to hear him. He sounds like he's got a cock in his throat. He says, well, he'll probably just try to fight you right off the bat because these dudes, they can't even defend themselves.
And they won't use their indoor voice. They're going to be yelling like, Jacob RP, all exasperated. Oh my God, I can't believe you hurt me with words. Like now the only thing I'm left with is I'm going to threaten you. It's like, but that just shows your
He'll probably have a voice changer, Dave. He'll probably put a little bass in his voice.
A little cock in his throat.
A little cock in the throat to get the bass going up a little bit so they can talk to other grown men. You guys you beat yourselves, man. You people beat yourselves up. You take yourselves out. It's like you don't even need to really do anything. It's like you losers always show your true colors. It's just a matter of when. Just a matter of when. Basement dwellers. We've been calling fucking you guys basement dwellers for fucking 2 years now, and he's gonna go and say that in the chat. Like, come up with something original, dude. Jesus Christ, bro. Fucking horrible.
Hold on. Paul 3 in the chat is saying, give me a number to call. Now, this was explained to you by Drew in the chat previous, okay? So, and if you've watched my stuff, which I'm sure you have, it really just clears up, the fact that you are, in fact, a moron. Because there are no numbers associated with this fucking show, you dumb fuck. I always say Skype lines are open. You understand the difference between Skype and phone,
Paul,
right?
Why should I be afraid? Because you're going to threaten me now? You're going to go threaten my life, threaten my work, threaten my job? Is that why I should be afraid, Paul? Is that why? Is that where we're going with it? Up. They all prove that my friend's a scumbag, so now I'm going to go after your job. I'm going to go after your wife, your kids. Is that what you're going to do, Paul? Is that what you're going to do?
Hold on. He says Skype. Is this 2010? He says Skype. Is this 2010? Well, Joe's been using Skype. He started using Discord more by, I'd say, 2019 or so. He's using it more and more these days. But
dude,
this call right now, hold on, Ken, hold on. This call right now that you're hearing in beautiful sound, it's via Skype. So, and Tony uses Skype as well. In fact, many people use Skype these days. What, in fact, are you proposing? Do you have access to some sort of holographic telecommunication system? Because last I checked, Skype is a common communication tool. But I don't know. I mean, 17 years in IT, what the fuck do I know?
Joe told me this guy was a failed musician who was very frustrated. He sits at home all day doing dick, and if he doesn't put him on, he's another one of these psychos that goes nuts after a while. So I know what we're dealing with Paul 3. What are you going to do, Paul? Threaten my life? Ken, you should be afraid.
Well, he's so pathetic he couldn't be Paul 1. He has to be Paul 3.
I mean, you're going to put my fucking address out there, Paul? You're going to go and fucking tell people my address, call my job, call my kids? What are you going to do, Paul? What are you going to do, Paul? It hasn't been done already, Paul. You're going to really come in here and threaten that now? Really? Really? See, that's where we go with these motherfuckers, bro. That's where we go with these motherfuckers. And eventually these people will pay the price for what they do. They will pay it. A dear price for what they do.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
It's in the cards.
Good, Paul. Go and do something illegal against me. Go ahead. Go right ahead. Go ahead.
But yeah, it just seems that he's very sour at you for some reason. I don't know why. And he's just really, wanting to call in, which is, I find hilarious. Also, the whole concept of Skype being outdated. I mean, what year is he living in? 3000? Because it's 2022, and what, am I going to use Zoom or something, or what, Discord? Like, what does he want? And again, when I asked him why you here, he's like, oh, because of your basement dwellers or whatever the fuck. It's just like, that's not really answering the question now, is it?
That's not Tony as Paul, because Tony's playing a game right now, dude. He doesn't even know what's going on, so I don't think that's.
No, I've seen this guy in Tony's chat, and Tony's just doing his trucking thing and all that, and this guy's
He'll knock
talking,
us down
so.
a peg. Good luck with that knocking us down a peg thing. Good luck.
Really? Well, Shid tried, and I humiliated him, and he had publicly admitted that he tried to humble me, and he failed miserably, and was hoping that others would be able to do so. So, yeah.
If you're keeping count, so far everybody that tried to knock people down a peg got knocked down a couple themselves in the process.
Hey.
So if you want to go and try that, Paul, go right ahead, Paul 3, if that's even you. Go ahead.
Dude,
Do what you gotta do.
I mentioned fucking whether or not I asked whether or not he was wearing braces, and he just took it to a fucking another level because with all the lights, and I didn't know. I was asking a simple question. Then people in the chat started to say, "Oh, he's got meth teeth." So he gets mad hearing that, well, reading that in the chat because I never said that. He was just reading the chat. And he goes on a show. He's like, here's my teeth. Now, everyone in the community has to show their teeth. It's like, but I never put up the challenge of who's got the greatest teeth in the community. Again, it's always the competition. It goes back to, like, when you, like, you called his girlfriend ugly. And he's like, oh, yeah? Well, you show your girlfriend on, and I'm sure she'll be a mongoloid, and let's compare everyone's girls together, blah, blah.
I just got contacted and told a lot of information on someone. If they try to fucking do something illegal, I got your last name and all your information. So go right ahead and do what you got to do. And thank you for that, Mr. JC.
Feel free to share that with me at any point. I do like to have this information on hand.
Oh, no, I'm not doing nothing with it. I'm just,
no, that's fine. You don't have to do anything with it other than give me
or do anything. Well, I got what I need,
Well, I'll take that information to add to the archives, the community archives. But yeah, apparently he's saying in the chat, because the entire point of your lives is sad, small-scale drama.
Right, we're lying now. So what are we lying about? That Tony said what he said? So that's what we're lying about? What are we lying about? Bet you can't answer that, because we're lying about what? Tony denied saying what he said, and then we just proved it? So what exactly are we lying about? Once again, you're lying. What lying? What are we lying about?
You know what I find funny?
Can you answer that?
You know what I find funny is that, oh, by the way, Paul, obviously you can hear that I'm not agitated at all. I'm quite amused with what you're saying, and his response here is even more comic. It says, all of your, again, very bad grammar, a JCS flunky marks. Is that why Joe is constantly complaining, like, oh, those people over there, they stole my donators and blah, 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 my viewers, blah, blah, blah. Really? We're flunkies, right? I mean, we do all these different shows and such, and we're perfectly happy with them. And if someone starts shit, well, we have the ability to punch back. But I was going to do a Too Many Chefs, actually, and, chill out stream as well. And I've got, plans for other shows and other topics and all that sort of stuff. The news talk, a lot of stuff happening in Europe, that stuff needs to be discussed. But, you can't see past the fact that we've humiliated your heroes, your pathetic heroes, your online heroes, Paul 3. And you just can't stand that. They're obsessed with life on the internet.
Oh, man. Pathetic shit, bro. He's got to have his little boyfriend come in here. You're all liars. What do we lie about? That's a fake recording. Yeah, it's a fake recording. You're lying. Really? Fucking stupid, dude.
I used a computer to emulate it.
What could I do right now? Oh, shit. I'll just call them all liars. That's what I'll do.
Yeah.
It's like fifth grade shit,
but
dude.
Again, it goes, like, this is just one great example that just exposes it. And I've done this before, but not to this extent, where it was like, well, he says this and he's lying, and here's the proof, and let's compare the two. I've exposed this, but this is just one small example of what he's done consistently for at least a year. Where it's, oh, I didn't say that at all. And there comes the proof. And when he says, well, it was taken out of context, or you're not, it was a joke, or what. I mean, this is consistently. Joe made Dave. Joe made you. Who are you? Paul 3 is a faggot.
What did Joe do for you then, Paul, if he made Dave? I guess he didn't make you, huh?
Yeah, well, that's true. But also, I made myself when I got those 1.4 million views on my Loon Call. So, yeah, just because I've been involved in one community doesn't mean I wasn't involved in other things. So 1.4 million views on a video that I produced, that I designed, that I scripted, and that I obviously started. Look at that.
This
1.4
Paul 3 is a real loser, huh? I can tell
million
now.
views.
No wonder why he goes over and hangs out with Tony. Yeah, I
And he
could
says,
tell.
I quit because
Paul
he
Breeze
wouldn't
a
do the
lowlife.
Tommy roast. No, but that was way, way before his bullshit on election night. So have you been aware of the situation, or are you just going off what you've been told? And again, I could have easily removed this guy from the chat long ago, but I like to play with my prey. That's just who I am. Shout out to Mrs. Foulmouth Cat in the chat. Not too sure what Danny310 is saying. I've seen you in Tony's chat, Danny310. Did Wire leave? Yeah, he did.
I don't. I mean, listen, dude. That's basically what he is, Shannon. He's a troll, basically. That guy, Paul Breeze. He's just basically a troll that hops on a live stream every once in a while, says some outlandish shit, thinks he's funny, and then acts like he's like some kind of talented fucking dude who this YouTube shit is too. He's too way above this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, this is children play because I tour the world and I'm an unbelievable, musician and blah, 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 who sits in my room all day bothering people on their chats, right? You're real great. Yeah. You don't really care at all, right? Out of the 25 fucking things you just said 10 minutes, nah, you don't care. Another one of these guys that don't care.
I love it. He says, try creating something original. I think that my idea of, my implementation of too many chefs is probably, one of the most original ideas in this community. Nobody was talking about food. Nobody was trying to make it. And again, the whole purpose of the show, the title sort of says it, is too many chefs, is that when you get a lot of people on a call and you're passionate about food, you're going to have this conversation that's just going to go back and forth and talk about all these things. And 3 hours later, you think, oh my God, where'd the time go? So that's perfectly original. There are video game reviews, so nobody who does a video game review is original. So I do the, Kerbals and stuff. So you can't really call that original, but I'm the only one in the community doing it.
This guy's telling you to be original. This guy's telling you to be original, and then he makes a remark like he's above the drama, but yet he said...
What about Captain Roseby Hardy? How original was that?
Man. Dude, it's another one of these fake it till you make it pricks, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
That's right. Fake it till you make it. That's a perfect way of doing it. That's why I guess why he was so desperate to be featured on Joe's show and got so angry, when he was called out on his bullshit. Because I do remember those fights, the Discord fights that were... Somebody posted them. I don't remember. But yeah, Paul 3 was getting into it with some other people and stuff, so... I remember that. But I don't think about these little people, It's just like I know of them. I remember, oh, yeah, somebody mentioned something like this. But, to really even consider them. Again, like RP was saying the other day, it's like, I was dancing with women, multiple women, and, I was just thinking, this life is so great and the community is shit. It's like, but you're clearly thinking about the community. So... the guy can't even live a fucking life without fucking thinking about it.
You're out dancing with girls, measuring it up against your life, what the community is. What a fucking loser, bro. Jesus Christ, dude. These dudes are losers. God.
But like I said, it is fun to play with people like this, including even shit and such. The other day, I could have easily banned him from Seaman's chat because I do have a wrench there. But no. And, I kept
dude, Paul 3 could talk shit. Hey, that's fine. If Paul 3 could talk shit, we all talk shit. That's great. But Paul 3's in here saying we're lying. What are we lying about? The guy denied saying shit about my kids for fucking 4 weeks, right? And then he said it again today. We come up with the proof and we're liars, right? Paul 3. Like, you're not being normal. You're not being fair, Paul 3, okay? Nobody ever had a problem with you at all. You want to take on your new friends' fights, then go ahead and do it, bro. Go right ahead. Be a fake fuck, take on someone else's fight, sit there and say, we're liars, when all we did was just prove something that somebody denied. You want to do that? Do that. You be that person. See how far it gets you.
Hey, I mean, it's one of these individuals that, as we've discussed with many other people, and there just seems to be, it's consistent, Ken, and you've noticed this, obviously, is that it's consistent with a certain type of mentality, where these are the types of individuals, first of all, are very entitled. So even if you, you're friendly with them, you interact with them, you maybe let them call in to your show and stuff, they're very entitled. So they expect that you're going to roll out the red carpet for them. Then, if you either have a disagreement with them, basically say, you know what, today we're not going to take your call. We got enough people. It could have been like something simple as there's too many people in the call. From that point on, they get wrecked in the brain and wrecked in the soul. And they basically have now a fucking crusade against you. And I know that this has happened to you multiple times, as it has happened to me, but not very often because I'm a asshole, but you're a lovable guy. And when you've done that, when you've either cut people off or at least put people on sort of a break or at least try to distance yourself, they go nuts. And they can't accept that level of rejection because they have you in their mind as this person that, to be quite honest, can be easily pushed around. That's their mentality. Not that it's true at all, but they think that, oh, he's friends with me, and because he's so giving and so friendly, he'll let me do whatever he wants. He'll let me on his shows at any point. And if that ever deviates from their delusion, they go on a fucking tear. They fucking make videos, on you like crazy. They talk all this shit. They make up all these lies. Why? All because you chose to do something that they felt was a rejection.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, Joe still plays the games with Danny MT. He hates his guts, does not like Danny at all, okay, and feels like he's being bullied by him. But yet he still fucking puts him on and still plays the game and still fucks around. At least I put my foot down and these guys know where I stand. I'm not going to fucking bullshit with them. But what they ultimately want, I guess, and I'm not talking about all of them. I'm just talking about, who, the RPs and the Danny MTs and fucking a couple of other guys that if you don't let them on, it's the end of the world to them. You're now their enemy. They're now going full steam ahead against you. It's like, it's fucking, it's sad to see a grown man get like that, and then they revolt into this fucking, I'm gonna fight you, I'm gonna fuck you up, I'm coming to get you, I'm coming to your neighborhood, I'm coming to your house, I'm coming to your fucking, it's like, that's what the internet has become, because these assholes actually can do that on here and get away with a certain amount of it until they get fucked for it, which they all get fucked eventually, because they all go too far with the illegal shit, and, you want to threaten me and say I should be afraid. And you're going to, what that means to me is you're going to come and you're going to fucking try to do something in my private life now again, like everybody else does. Like all these people put up my address, send people to my house, fucking call the cops, all this shit that they've done that.
Yeah, but they won't go visit you, will they? Of course not. Also, shout out to the 51 viewers.
But listen, the whole time this guy Tony sat there and said he never said that shit. And all we did today was play the proof that he did. And now Paul 3's got to come in here and say we're liars for what? What are we lying about exactly? Still won't answer that. Has a lot of other shit to say, right? We'll say the word liar a million times, but won't tell you what people are lying about, right? So like, what do you want to take up this fight for Tony, a guy who blatantly lies, and be my guest? Be my guest.
I'm going to offer to the audience a lottery right now. Type an X in the chat if you would like to be the one who
I'm really scared, bro.
permanently bans Paul 3 from the chat.
Shh.
I'm scared. Hold on. Right? Relax.
I'm scared.
Hold on. Put an X in the chat if you would like to be the one to personally pull the trigger on banning this guy permanently from my channel. So I want to see all the people type in the chat. We're going to see a lot of people. It will definitely trigger him. And I'll randomly pick somebody to have the honors. So, as the executioner is chosen, Paul 3, you don't have much time left to get your little pathetic words out. So, why don't you tell us what you think? Oh, apparently Ken is going to go buy a weighted blanket for you to snuggle with. Those are great. I mean, how can you hate?
How about I sleep with your mom's face? How about I sleep with your mom on top of me to weigh it down a little bit?
I fear you, Paul.
That's all I fear is Paul.
Have I raised my voice at all?
Dreams.
What do I fear you? Dude. Where's your channel? Put your channel link in the chat so I can see what I'm supposed to fear.
I wish you would come and see me, Paul. I wish you would come and see the fear on me, bro. I
want to see. I want to see what videos this does. This guy says I don't do original stuff. Okay, great. What have you done? Can you show me stuff at all?
He does shit. He tries to go on Joe's show and act like Joe, but to another level. That's his shtick. let me say the most outlandish shit, and then he gets kicked out halfway through because he's a fucking loser anyway. I never got kicked out of Joe's show, not one motherfucking time.
Nope.
Not one time.
Not
I
at all.
got begged to be there. I got begged to be there. What about you, Paul? What about you?
Yeah, I got paid. When I left him, you know, I was with Nikki. He actually sent me a donation, and Nikki was visiting me at that point. So that night, he sent me a donation, like PayPal, like to try to convince me to go on his show, and I literally just refunded the money. So let me look in the chat here. Who's going to get the honor? There's a lot of people.
I'll try to go easy, bro. I get worked up easily. You're right, but it's not a fear. It's I want to pound somebody's face in worked up.
But
you know what I mean? Like
but
I wish they were in front
I
of
certainly
me.
don't hear any fear in your voice.
No, it's not fear. It's straight up. I wish they were in front of me so I could pound their face in.
All right,
Which
you
I'd
know
be
what?
willing to do.
I'm
at
going to
any time.
select. I randomly selected J-Diz. So J-Diz, consider this all the reparations that black people are ever going to get as, you know, a member of the Black Caucus. You know, accepting this is accepting the agreement. But yeah, so you will have the honor. Not because you're black, but because I want to get this whole, you know, settlement done with the blacks. So yeah,
See you guys on Monetize.
take the
This.
shot.
Well,
But we don't watch that. I haven't watched that. And people were like saying the other day,
stop.
oh, this and that about Monetize this. I can't bring myself to watch it. It's so fucking bad.
Listen, I probably would have got along with Paul big time because he's fucking like one of these like, you know, outlandish guys that I love. But it's like, dude, you want to pick a fight with me for no reason because you're friends with fucking Tony? I never once said one wrong fucking word about you. I knew you were friends with Tony. I never once said one wrong word about you. Why do you have to feel the need to come in here when we prove Tony wrong? And this is, you can't make this into anything other than it is. Tony denied saying these things. We played the proof. for you.
Multiple
We kept
times.
saying,
Multiple
"Show me the
times. He's
proof,"
denied
okay?
it. He's
That's all
denied
we
it
did.
multiple times.
And that's all we did was play the proof today. So if you want to come in here and lie and fight for someone who's a fucking spineless twat and that would probably lie to you, then go ahead. It just shows what type of person you are, Paul. It shows what type of person you are. So bye-bye now. See you on Monetize This. Zits.
Yeah.
With your zits. I'll see you on
Right.
Monetize This with your fucking zitted up face that you got, you pizza-looking fuck.
'Cause
I'll
that's-
see you over there, Pepperoni 3.
That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be spending my time when I should be, you know, doing Friday Night Fire, watching Joe. I don't think so.
I'll see you on over there, Pepperoni 3.
So I guess what has he been cast as a sort of
He's a permanent member.
no he's been
Permanent.
cast as a stand-in for the moon with all his craters on his face.
He's just a stand-in, bro. Yeah. They're like, you know what? Joe's like, you know what? Listen, I want to see your zitted up face tonight. Come on in for 5 minutes, you fucking zit bag.
Yeah, and you know, we gave him a lot of leeway here, but he kept saying, "Oh, Ken fears me. You all fear me." It's like, but that's what a child
So
says.
brave.
That's what a mentally ill individual says. It's you fear me. Fear what though? Fear what? That you're going to call in and yell at me? What? I've never dealt with that before. Never dealt with someone who yells at me while I stay quiet and then I just eviscerate
Look at
them
this,
by
Dave.
staying calm.
We get all these ex Joe hosts who are very fucking just like they couldn't garner what we did when we were there. So then they leave there thinking they're gonna get the same type of crowd we got, and then they see no one around them, and then they say, "Fuck, what did I do wrong?
But
How
we're-
come no one will fucking come and watch me?"
But we're the
And it's like they
rejects.
get jealous of
Remember,
us, bro.
Ken,
They
he
get-
was
they get
calling
jealous,
us
bro.
the rejects. He was saying, "Oh, we're
Yeah,
all
we're
no
the
flunkies." He
rejects.
called us flunkies of Joe.
Yeah.
Really?
We're the
But this
flunkies, right.
then this guy would be even worse. This guy was not even admitted. You know
Yo, Dave.
what?
David, Ken. Yo, he's a permanent member. Paul Three's a permanent member of Monetize This.
Monetize shit.
He's a permanent member, right, Ken?
Yeah, he's a permanent member, all right. Look at his
Yeah.
face, will tell you.
Permanent. That's
all
quite the
right.
curse.
Permanent member of fucking Monetize Zits, bro. Fuck out of here, you fucking pepperoni pie looking fuck.
You deep
Yeah,
dish drama
You
fuck.
deep-
he really
Fucking
like.
what?
He looks like Millhouse, like the glasses, like the whole nerd.
With pimps. Campbell's. Puss Boy 3.
But my
Listen,
mom
Puss
says
Boy
I'm
3.
cool.
Listen, Puss Boy 3. I'm fucking so afraid. I'm just so afraid what you could do to me with your mouth. But see, are you a scumbag like Tony is? When it becomes too much for you, to keep going at the mouth, do you turn around and do some private shit? Is that who you are? Are you a Tony? Are you like Tony? Can you hang in there with the big boys with the mouth, or are you gonna shut down and go the other route? Which one? Who are you, Paul 3? Who are you? You want to go stick up for a fucking lying scumbag? I never said one word about this guy. Never talked shit about him. Never had a problem with him. And all we did was prove something that somebody denied for the last 4 weeks. And you're in here fighting us tooth and nail for what? For what? What does it do for you? What does it do for you? Nothing. Nothing at all. But just make you look like shit.
Well, and he did a great job at that. But all these people that do sort of congregate around Tony, again, that abandoned bathroom in the warehouse full of cockroaches, it's so easy to tell. You know, you just see the shit that they say in the chat, how obsessed they are with us. Well, we're literally doing a show, having fun on a Friday night, not talking any drama, and really just trying to make it fun for people, you know, just to forget about the week's bullshit. And they can't let go.
Chef is so right. He's so right, dude, what he said in the chat.
What do you say?
Dave Rose, if you and Ken went back to Joe, Paul 3 would be kicked out so fast. Paul 3, you would never be on the show again if we went back. You would never be there. You would never be asked to come on again. You'd be forgotten. You're just our fucking leftovers that has to be plugged into a spot. Remember that. And you're not even close to what it was.
He literally is a seat warmer. Like in the Oscars, they get people who are extras. They pay them. They dress them up nice. And then like, okay, during, you know, if somebody leaves their seat because they want to go smoke a joint or drink something, you sit in their seat and make it look like this place is full. That's all his job is.
Yeah. Oh, so, shitty.
I remember like maybe 2 or 3, 4 months ago, maybe like in August or September or something like that. Paul 3 was on there, right? Big guitar. I mean, he has a couple guitars in the background, you know, whatever. And I was listening to Monetize This. You know, I was watching it thoroughly at that time. And I think me and Tony covered it because me and Tony were together on my thing. But I think he's the type of guy like that says shit about like Joe's kids, like brings them up like weirdly, and like Joe, you know, a couple times like said watch that, or you know, and he's that type that tries to say like outlandish, inappropriate shit just to get that pop, you know, when he's on Joe's shit.
He's a wrestling nerd, bro. I heard somebody's telling me right now, Joe, that he's a wrestling nerd and don't take him serious because he's just all hot air.
Yeah.
He's a bitch.
So there's that video that Corrupted Nation did, which was Joe Crone and Jesse J fight with Paul 3 and Gargut's bombs. It's a 13-minute, 40-second video, but that is what was featured when it came to Paul 3. And then there's Paul 3. He's got White Walls, Extreme Rules, Live. So he's been featured on this, and yeah, his actually. YR, let me know if this is him. It looks like it is, and he looks like a gay version of Justin Bailey. I mean, like, this is...
Bro, I was just about to say something. I thought we were cool with Bailey, but I was about to say something.
Justin Haley.
No, that's not something bad about Justin Bailey. I'm just saying this guy looks like a gay version of Justin Bailey.
They call him Bustin' Peely.
I'm gonna call this file. I'm gonna save it now. Call this file Gailey. Justin Gailey. There we go. Justin Gailey.
Instead of Justin Bailey, Boston Scaly. Is
he from Boston?
Scaly. He's got a I don't know. He probably is. Sounds like it. Sounds like he's drinking that water. That water down there. The roof. The room. And
you know what? He also kind of looks like Gary Oldman, Commissioner Gordon. Look at that.
Four squads and they're down by the room there.
Ken, I think Paul 3 made up the wax thing. Yeah.
Listen, look, like I said, man, I don't know Paul 3 from a hole in the fucking pole.
Neither do
you know
I.
what I mean? So, like, I don't give a fuck about him. You want to come in here and start threatening fucking people, go ahead, do what you got to do, bro. I'm just going to go back to ignoring you like you don't exist like before today. And I don't know why the fuck you would want to stick up for somebody who probably would lie about you in the future and probably will go against you. And I'll be laughing my ass off when that day happens, because it will. Mark my words. You'll get into a fight with Tony. You'll see how much of a lying scumbag he is. And if you're the same way, then hey, fuck it. You'll go against each other and do the same shit to each other that he does with everybody else that fights with him.
Ken is right, because just like the alien cake guy, you know, Tony is enemies with just about everyone in this community, if you think about it.
Bullseye coming on Paul.
You know?
Coming on Paul 3. I would do
Like
that
who
video.
else? Who else is enemies of like everyone in this community? There's like, you know, the one guy, you know, the alien guy, and then Tony. If you think about it.
I mean, but like, let's logically look at this. We came on, right, with proof that somebody's been denying for fucking 4 weeks now, right? Up and down, denying it to the high heavens, right? We play the proof. Paul 3 comes in, calls us all liars, threatens everybody, talks shit about people. For what reason, though? What grounds do you have to even stand on, bro? Do you know that not one person in this chat, even if they like you, Paul, would agree with you? Do you realize that? Even if they didn't like me and Dave, the proof is here. The proof is the proof. Are you going to be one of these people who have the proof put in their face and deny it still? You're going to be one of those people that fucking go out and riot and act like you're protesting? Is that what you're going to do? Because that's where we are. That's the mentality that gets this fucking country and the rest of this world fucked up, are people like that who come in here and have fucking facts put in their face and they can't fucking take it. They just say, you're lying. And then what am I lying about? Everything. Okay, well, give me
No,
one thing
they
I'm
won't even
lying
back it
about,
up.
and you can't.
They won't even back it up. They'll say lies, 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 lies. No, when you say lie, that the onus is on you, like in a trial, to present why that is a lie. He's not doing it. It's just like, no. You know, it's like, did you break the cookie jar? No. But what about this? No. But what about that? No. I can see the cook in your hand. No. It's literally the mentality of a child. Hi, Cora. Hi, Shid. Hi.
God, man. See, even when you show facts, 100% facts of proof, you know, I'm sure Tony will still deny this somehow. And when he does, right, he doesn't realize that he makes himself look even fucking worse now. He's in a lose-lose situation.
He doubles down, though, because I think he knows what he's doing. Like, I think he knows what he's doing, and he knows the repercussions of what comes from it, because he may not estimate them when he initially takes those actions, but then he realizes, holy shit, I really fucked up. I.e., just was one example, doxing your parents. Then he deletes the video. Then he makes the other one like, I didn't do anything, but you deserved it, Ken. But you shouldn't have done that, Ken, but I didn't do anything. And then he deletes that one. Come on.
Yeah. I didn't do anything
You're not
at
pull
all.
the
I was
wool
selling
over our
mattresses.
eyes.
Yeah, I was selling mattresses. I didn't do anything at all, but I did it to prove a point. So which one is it exactly? You did something to prove a point. You didn't do nothing bad. Like, which one is it?
And
You're
why is
just
the
a
video
liar.
deleted? Why is the video deleted?
Just a liar. Just lie after lie after lie after lie. And today it was proven. And you know what? I have recordings of other shit too that I didn't put out of him denying 10 other things.
But this is the greatest part. This is like literally like, you know, getting that one, you know, hit into the armor and it finally cracks and now it's just compromised. So like, although you could, you know, hurt him in the past with truth, now it's just like, here's this one piece of truth that is just so hard hitting that it cuts through all your bullshit and now your armor is compromised. So now the entire armor is just, every time you hack it, it starts to break apart. So like
Diz, you are so right.
Yeah.
Jay Diz is right. That guy, Paul 3, was better known like as the you know, nerdy.
A watered down version of nerdy.
Like the watered down version of nerdy. That's basically what he was when they.
So he's pure soy then.
Yeah.
Pure soy.
Yeah. And even Joe said it. Even Joe was saying it on the shows at that one point. Like, yeah, it's a watered down version of nerdy. You know? That's sad. Coming into somewhere trying to be like, you know, entertaining and right off the bat you're just like a watered down version of something else.
And to come here of all places, it's just like, what does he hope to accomplish? You know, like,
I know, like, what are you going to call in for?
Basement dwellers.
What is he going to do? Call in just to throw fucking names at people and call them fucking stupid shit? And for what? For what? What does it do? You laugh a little, ha 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 ha. You still look like fucking you're sticking up for a person who would lie to you.
Yep.
Like doesn't know you from a hole in a wall and lies through his fucking teeth. Like, why would you stick up for somebody like that? Why would you put yourself on the line for somebody like that? He's obviously lying. Obviously lying, bro. Like,
What's up, YR?
I don't get it. I don't get it.
YR, you have your hand up.
Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to do that.
You don't have to
I
put
made
your
a
hand
couple.
up. You just have to interrupt.
Soy Jack
Okay.
3.
Yo, Soy Jack.
Soy Jack. I like it.
That's his name, bro. From here on out. Soy Jack. Pepperoni 3. Pepperoni 3.
All right, YR, what up?
What up, Pizza Boy?
He just left.
Yeah,
This
he
guy.
probably didn't have anything to say. He got a little flustered.
But yeah, I mean, you know, we discussed obviously the Tony stuff and exposed the total lies and hypocrisy, which I thought was absolutely spectacular. That little play I did with the clips, I think, really just grounded in as to you know, what the situation is. Now he's gone offline, or he stopped his stream, and now I've got a 2-hour stream that I could potentially review. We had fun with Paul.
Oh, yeah, he was denying it on that stream, too, he just did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was denying it. He was on there listening to the Gray Zone, and he was denying it while I was on there talking to them. And when they were mentioning it, every time they mentioned it or I came on and mentioned it, he denied it still to this day. And that's why I say, man, I think he really forgot. Because honestly, when he's sitting there, right, and he's nodding off like he's on crack or on heroin, right, and he's nodding off an hour and a half, like waking up, falling asleep, waking up, falling asleep, that leads me to believe that he could forget something he said the day before. I mean, look at him. He looks like he's strung out on heroin, bro. He's doing something other than dabs, that's for sure. There's no doubt about it. You know,
I have no
so,
idea, but
there's no doubt. He's obviously doing something other
his
than
memory
just
is quite limited.
Xanax.
But
Yeah, so that's
I
why
do
he
believe
could-
he knows what he's doing.
But once he hears it, if he replies in the way of, no, that's not what I meant, you guys are taking it out of context, well, then you know he's a balls-ass liar and he knew exactly what he said and denied it the entire time. If he listens to that and goes, oh, shit, I don't even remember saying that shit, like, I'm sorry, man, I was fucked up, you know, like, hey, I said it because I'm fighting you, you know, and I would have a problem with it. I'd be like, you know what, hey, listen, a day later, I went after your parents, right? So I went down that bad too. Regardless of who did it first, I went down the same road too. Let's just forget about it. Let's move forward. But no, he'll sit there and he'll say, instead of saying, oh shit, I didn't even realize I said that, man. Like, hey, we were fighting. He'll sit there and say, nope, I wasn't saying that. And he'll make it triple down,
lies.
and fuck everything up even worse than it already is. But no, you can't do that. It's the same thing I said last night, bro, where it's like, do you take the fucking almost 18 hours of live streaming we did over the weekend and say, hey, man, these guys didn't say one word about any one of us, not me, not RP, nobody, for those hours that they did. Maybe we should take this into consideration and not say anything since the last time they were live. They didn't say a fucking word about it. But nope, right back to it again. And you talk about who wants to keep the shit going and who wants to stop it, who wants to leave it alone and who wants to move on. They don't want to move on. Obviously not. And if Tony replies to this, seeing this and doubles down, triples down like he normally does, well, then you know that he really is a fucking true balls-ass liar. And it's not a question of he forgot because he's high or he forgot because he can't remember what he had for fucking dinner the night before. It's not that. It's that he's a total fucking loser scumbag. We'll see which one it is. I'm sure it's going to be, oh, no, you guys are taking it all out of context. No, that's exactly what I've been saying, he said. I explained it. Exactly what I said, he said. No, your kids are malnutrition. They don't have a roof over their head. Maybe somebody should call up Child Protective Service, whatever the fuck. And I said that all. That's all I said. He denied it, kept hearing me say that, kept saying no. And it really sounds like he really believes he didn't say that shit. It does sound, when he's sitting there denying it and going, no, false, prove it. It sounds to me like he really does not remember saying that. But we'll see what he says. We'll see.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
He did mention that, Paul 3, call in later, blah, blah, blah. So he was definitely listening, seeing what's going on.
I don't think so, dude. I don't think he was. But
Well, he said. Well, I heard him say for Paul 3 to call in later. You know, when
he says that every
show.
stream.
Oh, he does. Oh, all right.
But yeah, so I was willing to go back, and I don't know if you guys have anything else to say. And you know, phone lines obviously will be open to the rest of the drama triangle.
I'll be listening.
But yeah, there'll be obviously more things for more opportunities for you guys to call in to comment on what's being said.
Thank you, Emperor. Thank you, sir. Emperor, my friend. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure.
The carpet is all rolled out for you. The red carpet. I just got done cleaning it with the blood of young men and scrubbing it with their faces and entrails of their families. And everything's ready to go for you. And maybe we'll call back.
All right, that sounds good.
Hi, Bubby.
I hope to provide you with some entertainment this afternoon.
Do the voice for me one more time before I leave.
Oh, yes, yes. Thank you, King of New York. Ken, who takes care of New York and the East Coast for me. Alrighty, so let's get down to this, boppers. So let's get acquainted with what, before we go into some Tony stuff, let's get acquainted with what apparently was going on with this fight with Paul 3 and stuff. Just to hear, I don't think there even was a fight. I don't know. This is from Joe's show.
Come on. Oh my God! Listen to this. Listen to him.
Hey, Pico, Shell's got her titties out.
What if I rob you?
Let's try to get through
You're
this as
Mel
quick as
Gibson.
possible.
Yeah, I am. Anyway.
Jake, okay? You want crack? I'll get you.
Shut up, Garguts. I'm tired of that shit.
Can you believe that? Oh, yes, this is so strange. I've never seen anything like this before.
Oh, God.
That's comedy right there. It's
No.
For fucking stoners.
No, you go to Dairy Queen.
Oh my God, my bad, bro.
No.
Dude, this
You know what? I
fucking
can't review
shit,
this. I'm
dude.
sorry. It's terrible. All right, let's get to this. This is Tony's show.
Couple things to get to this
Early,
It's Monday, dummy.
late afternoon, we should say. Couple things need to get talked about. So we gonna pull it up.
Wesley, 1.5 times speed,
We gonna
engage.
pull up. We gonna pull up right now.
Mike, you were on the chat a couple days ago, and you were saying, yeah, Tony, you know, my bad, it was kind of fucked up for me to kind of go. And I kind of had to brush you off and kind of give you the slap on the wrist, on the ass for fucking, you know, kind of going up there.
Why did you just say slap on the ass? Which one, dude? You slapped him on the wrist, you slapped him on the ass. Those are two completely different things.
Wesley, reduce
Come on,
speed
nothing
to
wrong with a little ass slap.
1.25 times.
And I kind of had to brush you off and kind of give you the slap on the wrist, on the ass for fucking.
All right, back to normal.
Why are you slapping Jacob on this? Really
He's
is
got it obviously in fast forward, so it's going to be difficult to understand.
the gay zone. Wow. Real great. Cool. You got both. The rest
Little ass slapping, what's wrong with that?
One hand on one hand
It's homosexual. The Bible says it's wrong. Let's continue.
on the other, maybe.
You know, kind of going out there on public platforms and kind of shitting on, you know, and that's fine. But I kind of need to give you something back. So I was like, nah.
Isn't that kind of what Jacob RP is known for? Is that, like, he's in one spot, and then a couple hours later he's in the other, like, shitting.
Whoa, dude, it's like Inception level, like review. I'm in a review, dude. Like, whoa, Wild Stallions.
On the previous person he was just with. Yeah. That's kind of his whole shtick.
It is.
God bless Bullfrog. Rest in peace.
Hey, watch your mouth, because we don't need to be shitting on Bullfrog.
I'm not shitting on him, you cunt. I like Bullfrog. I was
I
just
know.
saying that they had a similar tendency.
I know.
All right.
Bring him up, I get a post.
Yeah, me too.
You.
So much testosterone.
I'm sure it intimidates you, Tony.
I don't want you on tonight, but, you know, maybe we'll talk. But I actually been wanting you on because at the end of the day,
I've been wanting you on, but I just released all your private DMs the other day. The only time I think that's
Did I?
ever reasonable.
Did
to
I
do is if
release
someone's
his
trying to
private
fuck you over
DMs?
and you have direct contradicting evidence of what they're saying and what they're doing. That is the only time I find myself.
I'm confused.
Kind of a douche.
Not very difficult.
I'm confused what private DMs that I sent of Jake's out. You guys just make up.
The ones where you threatened to do things. There was Well, there was the screen that I showed earlier. Well, not today, but I mean the conversation, the private messages. I think these are the ones that Seaman's specifically referring to, but the private messages between him and Jacob RP where they were fighting and all that shit, or talking, but then he released them and then they became friends again and blah blah blah. But those are the ones that he's referring to, which were featured on a recent Drama Diner, which I can't remember the number. Sorry.
Your own shit in your head. I swear to God, it's the funniest thing how you guys perceive actions and things that happen in the.
How you perceive actions and like things that happen, dude, and like. Whoa, and like, whoa, dude. I mean, like, whoa, dude. But also, shout out to the 53 viewers.
The way you manifest it in your head and the way it comes out is completely different from the actual reality of it. Some of the shit you guys said was so wrong.
Stop with the repetition. It's the indication of a weak mind. I mean, how much more do I have to keep repeating this to the community?
Find the quotes that I said anything about child protective services.
So this is 10 minutes, 39 seconds into this video. Well, we already did this, but forget about the quotes, buddy. That's like low tier, garbage. We got the fucking actual sound clip that we played earlier. And chances are I'm going to play that little interaction clip that I made between yourself and yourself saying the contradictory statements. But, now that we've experienced that on the stream and we've had a very big laugh by hearing that dichotomy of excuses, because that's really all it is. I believe he's fully cognizant of what he is doing, hence the explanation as to why he deleted those 2 videos and was very antsy to explain why he did something. Ken shouldn't have said that, but I didn't do anything, but Ken shouldn't have said that, but I didn't do anything. That whole thing that I reviewed. Yeah. So, let's continue.
Coming to Ken.
Also, hi, Shid. Hi.
For Ken's children. Please find that clip, because you won't find it. Because
Well, I'm not really interested in your sort of excuses, but.
They don't have a nice bedroom, Ken. Really don't. They don't have a nice bedroom. You definitely do not fucking spoil them like Joe spoils his kids. You do not do that. These kids are starving. These kids are fucking hungry. These kids have no fucking clean clothes on their back. I mean, it's just a crime. I think fucking DSS is going to be called on you, Ken. I really do. I think they're going to have the child social services come take these kids away. I really do. I think these kids are going to be taken away, man.
You know why? I didn't even know what CPS was. So, I didn't say anything about CPS.
I mean, it's just a crime. I think fucking DSS is going to be called on you, Ken. I really do. I think they're going to have the child social services. Come take these kids away. I really do. I think these kids are going to be taken away, man. Lack of nutrition. I mean, if they're following your diet, I mean, Jesus. You know, feeding them Coca-Cola and, you know, despicable, Ken. You should read that book. They don't have a nice bedroom. You definitely do not fucking spoil them like Joe spoils his kids. You do not do that. These kids are starving. These kids are fucking hungry. These kids have no fucking clean clothes on their back. I mean, it's just a crime. I think fucking DSS is going to be called on you, Ken. I really do. I think they're going to have the Child Social Services come take these kids away.
Because I didn't even know what it was. So that story is completely false. Completely fucking...
Jeez fucking Louise. God damn it. Muted. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Well, let's have another go. So, let's play that. Yeah, thank you for telling me I'm muted. God damn it. Okay, well, he's saying that he didn't say Child Protective Services, but logic would dictate that you would understand exactly what Child Protective Services means, including child social services. It's the same organization. We've got the same thing in Canada. It's called Children's Aid Society. So it really depends on where you're situated, your region, your state, district, and so forth. So let's listen to this clip here, and then let's listen again to comparison. But I think you're kind of get the point I was making.
So.
I fucked up there. Hold on.
Oh, wrong.
Okay. Go back.
Find the quotes that I said anything about Child Protective Services coming to for Ken.
Okay, well, it might not be Child Protective Services, but you said Child Social Services. Same thing, dude. Depends on where, obviously it depends on where you are. So it's just fucking sad that he's even trying to use this excuse.
All this shit in the chat, right? And it's like when somebody, even Jacob RP was like, well, you said this stuff about his kids, which he did.
False.
He did say the, child
False.
Services to come to my house because
False.
of malnutrition.
False.
I don't feed them. There's no roof over their head.
False.
They have nothing. He either forgets that he says these things.
False.
Really false, huh? And yet we have this clip to, again.
They don't have a nice bedroom, Ken. They don't have a nice bedroom. You definitely do not fucking spoil them like Joe spoils his kids. You do not do that. These kids are starving. These kids are fucking hungry. These kids have no fucking clean clothes on their back. I mean, it's just a crime. I think fucking DSS is going to be called on you, Ken. I really do. I think they're going to have the Child Social Services come take these kids away.
So Child Services, the social services taking these kids away. Well, CPS also does the same thing. Now, do you think that you slipped up, that because you slipped up and didn't know the proper term, or at least the one that was more common, which is CPS? But there are different organizations throughout America and Canada that have different names. The more common one here in Canada is the Children's Aid Society. So did you really think that you could, sort of get away with that by saying, oh, well, the word didn't exactly match, and because Ken said Child Protective Services and I said Child Social Services, clearly he's not referring to what I was talking about, although strangely enough they both have the same authority to take kids away. You see what I'm saying? I'm sure you see what I'm saying. Let's continue.
Ken's children. Please find that clip, because you won't find it. Because you know why? I didn't even know what CPS was. So I didn't say anything about...
I just said I had an IBM computer. I had no idea what IBM meant.
CPS. because I didn't even know what it was.
That's bullshit, though, because when you say child social services and your kid's getting taken away, you know, you've already drawn that conclusion. You know, 1 + 1 is 2, and obviously realize, child social services. I don't know the real name or the common name, but yeah, they can take your kids away because you're a bad father. That's what you're saying. You know exactly what you're doing. Dude, you would be sweating more grease on the stand than Jacob RP and Greasy Legal combined. If I or any other competent individual was to approach you and present this information and ask you about it, you would basically, you'd dehydrate from all the grease that was just released from your body. You would not be able to stand up to such scrutiny.
So that story is completely false, completely fucking fat.
Really? Hold on.
Kids are fucking hungry. These kids have no fucking clean clothes on their back. I mean, it's just a crime. I think fucking DSS is going to be called on you, Ken. I really do. I think they're going to have the child social services come take these kids away.
Also, he conflicts with what he's saying. He's like, I didn't know what CPS was. Well, you didn't say CPS. Ken said that in his response to what you did. You called it CSS, but still named it Child Social Services. So you're going back on what you said. You're like, I didn't say CPS. No, you said CSS. You know exactly what you did.
Fabricated. You won't find a clip of it because it never happened.
Ken, I really do. I think they're going to have the child social services come take these kids away. I really do. I think these kids are going to be taken away, man.
Didn't happen, Tony? That didn't happen?
So, please find the clip and prove me wrong.
Mission accomplished. Ball's in your court. Remember when you said, hey, Ken, the ball's in your court. I just doxed your parents. The ball's in your court. Okay, well, the ball's in your court now. You asked for the clip. Again, this is how logical debate is done. Obviously, you were the coolest kid in school, so you never paid to, paid attention to school. You only got passed because you were sucking the cock of all your different teachers. And, you didn't need to pay attention to this sort of thing. That's for the nerds, right? But now you're being exposed by the nerds.
That's what. That was weird.
Wesley, 1.5 times speed. Engage.
Okay. How we doing, guys? How we doing? Let's continue. Let's get a smoky going. We just chilling, smoking, going over this shit, man. If you want to come along for the ride, hang up.
Even reviewing the guy, we're going to have our fucking...
Oh,
you know what I mean? We're going to have our homes.
How does it feel to lose so badly, Tony?
What?
Also, that statement is copyright of your first and only drama emperor. Thank you. Let's continue.
Be all right. Bro, for as long as you've been around, have you had your wife and children murdered yet?
Not yet, but there's new blood on them.
Phone lines are open for Seaman if he wants to call in. How about that? Let's mix it up.
Coming in, saying they're...
Co-host of The Gay Zone.
You know, they're just like other aliens, so I don't know.
What? Are you saying that because, like, Jacob's illegal or something?
No, I'm talking about, like, alien, like that...
Oh, the guy with the hot sister.
Alien. Yeah, like, Tony is basically just like him right now, so it's like, you know what I'm saying?
It's not basically. They're on par in terms of actions that they take.
Yeah. So it's like, we got to deal with this type of behavior in the community again. It's like, oh my God, I'm good on that. So I got to be careful, try to not say, you know.
Well,
it's very dangerous. So.
I personally think that this community just needs a lot more drugs and a lot more violence. So that's why we named the stream that today, because that's something we just lack overall in this community. And I just think it would make things a little more fun around here.
So you're saying we need more drugs and more violence?
That's exactly what I'm saying, yes. Okay. So if anybody wants to smoke bath salts with me and then fucking fist fight, we can do it, you know? I don't give a damn. Great. Thank you. Well, you know, we're about to watch these two guys smoke weed and dox people, I'm sure, so...
Here we go. Let's get rolling.
Look,
Look, the camera's fucking...
Dropping his nugs. Trying to look cool. What a bot.
He's getting ready to talk.
Fucking not. Someone needs to do a community botch of 80. I think that'd be pretty fucking...
Come on. Come on. What, Tony, you trying to delete your video? Let's check. Because he said that before, that he's never deleted video.
Like throughout the week, like
there we go.
People either saying something stupid or like fucking up their words or something like that.
He didn't.
You see no stream.
He didn't delete his video.
Together. I think that could be interesting.
Fight, bro. Yo, yeah, just focus real nice, dude. Real nice. Yeah, you look real good, bro. You look real good. That shit zoomed up real nice. Yeah, you can go keep going. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's
you need a light on it. If you go that close, you need a light.
It looks like something I picked out from underneath the couch.
Yeah.
Sounds like a chipmunk.
Horrible.
Come on.
This community is uneducated, rude people that make...
Uneducated, really? I certainly can't say that about a lot of people in this community. You got engineers, you got business administrators, entrepreneurs, experts in computers or other forms of technology, electricity, electronics. There's a lot of very intelligent people in this community. They're not the most vocal. Those are usually the dumbest ones, but obviously not the case with me because I'm the most vocal and I am the smartest man in the community. Let's continue.
So I did 6 hours and 9 minutes. Then I took an
Those are rookie numbers.
hour off, went to the store, came back and did another 7 hours and 14 minutes.
Still rookie numbers.
Those are the same day. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah.
You have to count that way? 9, 10, 11, 12. Dude, it's math. It's simple. Just figure it out in your head and then just, you don't have to count your fingers and toes. It's okay.
Yeah, 13 hours, bro. So.
Okay, imagine Dave Rose doing an 11-hour stream one day on, say, a Friday, and then doing another 4 to 6 hours right after. So me doing like a stream, a drama stream or something, on a Friday night right before Friday Night Fire, and then boom, jump right into Friday Night Fire. And actually that happened a few weeks ago. And then just do, stay up till fucking 4 or 5 in the morning on the show. So, again, rookie numbers, please. You're talking to your first and only drama emperor. Let's continue.
You lie, YR. And it's just...
You lie. Well, you lie, too, and we expose that very, very definitively here today. You could say we went overboard, but I'm going to have to say that we didn't go overboard enough.
It's okay. It's just because you're not educated. You don't know.
Oh, because you're not educated. But I don't think... you said that you graduated high school. Okay, But any other post-secondary education? Anything else that you could point us to? I can literally talk about all, geopolitics all fucking day. But, he has the authority to say that YR is uneducated. Okay. But if we're going to have a pissing contest, then, well, I stand head and shoulders, literally and figuratively, over you, as do many others. So you really don't have much of a place to stand on. Now, the goon in the chat says, quantity of hours streamed does not always equate to quality. That is correct in most cases, except when it comes to me, which means that the longer I go, the better it is. So 1 hour of me is great. 12 hours of me is beyond the moon. So let's just be honest here. Let's continue.
So you're
Focus. It's okay. Focus. You're in your safe space now. You're in your panic room. You can do this.
Your opinions are uneducated. And
you hear that, YR? Your opinions are uneducated. I couldn't fish for my life. Probably starve to death on the first day if I was put onto Faggot Island. But, YR, you're uneducated. You don't know what you're talking about.
And it's not, it is your fault due to your lack of awareness and intelligence, but...
Lack of awareness? You mean education? Could that be it? Or at least curiosity? Because you don't necessarily need to go get a piece of paper that will end up being as equivalent to, toilet paper, but cost a lot more. But you can still, especially nowadays, you can easily learn a course online for free. Shit, you can view YouTube videos and learn how to do shit.
You think what you think because you're not aware and you don't know. So that's just you being rude and uneducated.
Being rude. No, rude. See, I remember people like this when I was growing up. Like, oh, you're rude. No, that's the truth. You're just literally a very sensitive bitch who thinks that people's personal opinions are somehow rude. Do you not agree with them? Okay, that's fine. That's perfectly valid. Do you want to argue them? Yeah, perfectly fine. But to use this word like, oh, you're rude. What the fuck is this? Fucking what are they called? Like a glamour school or whatever the fuck they used to call them. The charm school. There we go. Charm school. What? You're rude.
So that's what a lot of this community is, uneducated.
Well, I don't know if I could agree with that, but yes, a lot of people do end up watching wrestling, or this is, a lot of people that are in this community watch wrestling. And it's not the most intellectual of sports, but obviously it still intrigues, and you have some extremely intelligent people that do work in the industry. And again, it goes even further because it goes into psychology, and then there's the fact that there is a planned ballet of physicality, and just about anything can happen. But, they can, people like Tony can laugh at it all they want. If Tony tried to say the same shit about, lucha libre in Mexico, they'd literally fucking, they'd hang him from a fucking telephone pole because that's a big part of that culture. So you're going to shit on them? Okay, do it from afar, because if you ever say that to their faces, then, their personal culture will be insulted. Let me go back to the chat. A lot of comments here. Lagoon says, this in response to Tony bragging about his 13 hours, not you. No, I know absolutely that you weren't talking about me, but I did want to make a point about that as well. But yeah, this whole thing like, oh, like, look at me. It's like nobody's ever been able to do what Scott did. Okay, that's a simple fact. To go 24 hours, I can't do that. Well, I guess there was Vikings. They went 24 hours. But I certainly can't go that much. And the only thing that was fueling him was hate and liquor. And I don't have any hate. And there's only a certain amount of liquor a very limited amount of liquor that I can drink. I can drink beer. It's easy on the tummy. But the amount of fucking liquor that Scunty would consume, I'd be dead. I'd be fucking dead. I mean, I'm over the hill already. I'm 41 years old, 42 in less than a month. So, I really should just dive headfirst into a wood chipper. But, because that's been recommended to me by Tony and other people in the community, shit and others, because I really have no worth. And really at 40, fuck, we're already older, 10 years older than they lived in the Middle Ages. So, fuck. I guess I made the best of my life. But gotta get euthanized. Let's get back to the chat here. We got Will Tactics in the chat. Let's see what else we got. The Goon says, also, you don't put emphasis on how many hours you stream and you stay focused on what you're doing and time flies. Big difference. Absolutely. Yes, the time absolutely flies sometimes where I realize, oh my God, I've been going for 6 hours. I thought it was like a couple, maybe 3. And yeah, I stay focused, I stay determined, and I discuss the topic as it needs to be. Apparently the Goon says, I guess my college degree makes me dumb. Yeah, discipline and, experience, knowledge, training, all that stuff, all that effort that you put in to that, Goon, it's worth naught. Why? Because Tony's telling us so. Let's continue.
Rude people that make their opinions without knowing all sides.
Hold on.
So that's just you being rude and uneducated. So that's what a lot of this community is, uneducated, rude people that make their...
Uneducated and rude. Now, I'm an asshole, so I guess you might... Well, no, I can't even attach that, because if you were to put me to plate for royalty, I know exactly where the fucking spoons and forks go. I'm quite educated. I'm quite refined, indeed. But, this rude stuff. If you have to throw in rude, oh my God, rude. Rude is an emotion, dude. Rude is the perception of an emotion. It's the emotional perception of a physical response. That's the appropriate explanation. Why? Because you are perceiving maybe someone's got resting bitch face. Okay. You ask them how their day was. They say, eh. They didn't give you a full explanation. They didn't go in conversation with you. But they said, meh. And they had resting bitch face. And from that, you're going to say, oh, well, they were rude. No, that's literally perception, which is subjective about, and it's emotional, subjective response on somebody that you're probably misconceiving, which you have multiple times.
Their opinions without knowing all sides.
Without knowing all sides. Really?
Nitpick, okay.
I know he likes to round up his live viewers.
Let's get a dab ready, guys.
We're not going to do that. But okay, fine. Yeah. I think we're confirming it now, so there you go. Okay, I'll agree. 11 hours, all right. There you go.
Shout out to the 221 live viewers with us right now.
That stuck. That was another thing that people took from me.
They stole it from me. Even before Tony came onto the scene, I was shouting at people who were viewing me. I think we all do. The whole bro. Yeah, you started using the club horn when announcing the people that were watching. Yeah, that's acknowledged. Then Gatekeeper Drew decided to utilize some dry wit and satire to lambaste you, which he did so successfully that everyone started to pick up on that fucking, that thing. Now, I took it and I did the meow, 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 meow. Now, little did I know that apparently a friend of Nikki J's was, Ryan the Heel, was using this meow, meow, meow thing, or similar, for some time. So it was quite synchronistic. But then you have, other people. I mean, you had Seaman do that. Who else? Obviously Drew. I believe YR. And I believe there's a few other people, but they picked up on it. They just like, hi, shit, hi. Tons of people started to pick up on that shit. So you're getting mad at the fact that you've been lambasted and satirized. And you're like, oh, I made that. It's like, yeah, we understand it. We acknowledge that. But now you're being lambasted for being such a bitch. And we're making fun of you for it. And everyone's making their own little spin on the whole thing. And that's hilarious.
Review something, right? Knowing the answer that you're going to answer, but he answers it first with like what you should do or whatever, and what the right thing is to do. And
so I guess.
Speaking of which, shout out to the 51 viewers. Meow, 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 meow.
What was his name? I heard on a Rose review. I didn't even know that shit had a channel, but.
There are many things you don't know, Tony.
But apparently he did, and he said a couple things on that, and I was sent the clipperoonie of him.
Just pack your drugs. Smoke your shit.
I have to say this. I have to. Somebody asked, Joe, you really sunk to his lows half and a half. Casey Rose, a troll in Hall 3, another massive troll in Danny MT, a guy who slugged in Tommy's fucking YouTube channel, a guy Tommy trusted to troll the community who has multiple troll accounts, lives in more delusions probably than anybody in this community. Well, there's a few, but Danny's pretty bad. You did a therapy session one last night, and everybody knows.
Playing Scott on the fucking stream wasn't part of the deal. What the fuck you doing? You have no content. You got to play others. Now, you could say, oh, well, what about you, Dave? Well, that's what a narcissist would do. Usually I'll do my chill streams, which I'm really enjoying, and many other people are also enjoying as well, which is why I've continued them. There's the Too Many Chefs that I've been planning, and, that Smoker episode, going to take some time to put stuff together because I need to make sure that we have everything ready. There's a few news talks that I want to do. I'd like to talk about Ukraine, all that sort of thing. What else did I have in planned? Eventually I'll get Darkest Realms. I've got stories, but I want to make sure that, again, it's not just a hangout. And, I'm talking about pertinent topics like I used to do when I did Darker Things or Darkroom. So I don't rush this stuff, but there's many things that I've, had available
what you were doing, but everybody in the college was doing.
TV, Scott TV.
Doing, and that was calling him out on his blatant lies about having a girlfriend. And then
Oh, I know we're gonna do this. We're gonna do it this way.
How you gonna?
We're gonna do it this way.
How you gonna do it?
This will be funny.
Oh, 55.
Anything
viewers.
that we do, we'll just put it inside the TV.
Coxwax. Says Wesley.
It will all get.
Oh, and Ken says he's been blowing that horn 5 years ago. I was blowing that horn when I was doing Google Hangouts. That was in 2014, I believe. 2014, 2015. But yeah, Google Hangouts before YouTube, the studio and all that shit. I was doing that, and I would have my soundboard, and I used that clip multiple times, to the chagrin of many. But let's continue.
Dressed tomorrow.
Also, some of I've got them private because it's like old stuff, and it's like, honestly, I kind of find it boring. Maybe I'll have to pull a Joe Cronin and do an e-bag and say, if you want me to release them, you got to pay me. But they're boring. Well, I don't know if they're boring. They're not relevant. They're not relevant anymore because the stuff that we were talking about at that point was mostly WWE and some Lucha Underground and some New Japan Pro Wrestling. There was other discussions, comedy and stuff. It was a lot different from the way I conduct myself today with streams and stuff. I don't remember how I got onto this, but the horn stuff. Yeah, like everyone's used that horn before, Maybe because he's used it to address the people that are watching him. Somehow it makes him, the originator of the whole thing. But there's also something called satire. And satire is specifically an attempt to address that one instance, not to copy.
Oh, he says. Hard to hear, but basically I was groomed in this community. I'm not a bad guy. I used to be a drunk trying to fit in and be a shock jock. I won't sink to their levels anymore. I got a bunch of clips, and I'll be doing a video tomorrow night.
Oh, he's reviewing the videos, I guess, that Scott has posted up.
That was 2 days ago. I have to free up so much memory in my phone again, but we'll discuss some clips for sure. Who knows? Tomorrow night. I got a promotion at work. Oh. I'll address Tony and Ken and maybe Travis in those obsessed chats. Rocca has been a slime bag in the behind-the-scenes relationship with old politicking Ken that he projects onto me and Simo and Nalak.
These are words that Scott has written. So, dear old Tony, with no content, needs to, again, try to fill his show with whatever he can.
I'm missing 411, anyone who panders to people, blah, 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 lying, seriously help, different disabilities, blah, 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 keywords, 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 keywords. Oh my god, dude, you are sad, bro.
Leaping Lizard says, didn't Tony drop out of high school? Well, Tony said that he actually did graduate high school. I don't know if he dropped out at all, but I do know that he says he does not have a GED. He actually has a high school diploma. So that's what he said. So I'm going to have to take him, on his word at that. But, he was the coolest kid in the school, in high school. So he didn't have to pay attention. He'd convince some nerd or something to do the report for him, and then, he'd invite the nerd to his party and, make him feel cool and stuff. So, I can see something like that going on. And that's all that we'll play.
You're fucking sad.
I made one video that says it's got a thumbnail of state of the community event. It'll all get addressed tomorrow.
That's what I just said.
Whatever happened to 2/22/22? Get the fuck out. All right, so enough Scotty for today. You gave him his 15 minutes of shame. Oh, you're reviewing my show. Excellent. Glad that you enjoyed your stay. Everyone does at the diner. You can check out, but you can never leave. And, that's good enough with me. Okay? That's what I always wanted to talk about. That's how Scott dragged me into this drama garbage. Because all I wanted to talk about was conspiracies. But no. Yeah, we heard this yesterday. You don't have to fucking go through this stuff. Get to the point.
You dumbass. Songs.
Quickly, I don't give people personal information still, nor am I drunk still, or a piece of shit like I used to do.
This is Scott TV.
I got fucking confused and got stupid, basically, by being alcoholic, letting the drunkenness get me and lied about me.
Oh, these dudes are sad.
He's just playing with Scott's clips. Cares? Nobody cares about Scott. Come on.
No. That would mean you were sober and...
Oh, he's criticizing Scott. Oh, it's worth hanging out at least.
6 months, man. It's projection, jealousy, and psychotic behavior.
Those words are too big for your vocabulary. Please stop using them. Just use grunts from now on, Scunty. It's more appropriate for your limited cranium capacity. and those very large arms that drag your knuckles across the ground.
And he's not in Russia, and everybody knows he's not in Russia. Joe asked him to get on camera and go stand next to a Russian monument.
Yeah, if anyone's got the clips of that, I would love to review it because I've been looking for that. Well, I haven't really been looking for that, to be honest. I've been looking for people to find that for me, so that just saved me the time. But I did hear that he was on Joe's show recently, and I don't know if it was monetized. This, I doubt it. I believe it was a previous show. But, you know, this whole conversation that Skunty's referring to, that he asked whether or not he's in Russia, the guy refused to be on camera, blah, 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 blah. You know, I do want to address that because I find it hilarious.
Hold on. You've been sober for 6 months? No. That would mean you were sober in... It's March? So what's 6 months ago? September, October, November, December, January, February, March. September? You were clean since September? No way, dude. No way. No way.
With Russian
Cheers,
language,
homies.
not
Cheers.
that hard.
Yeah, Danny's definitely not in Russia.
To prove that he's in Russia on video, like he's always been on camera.
Don't you think if you were in Russia...
He's a massive fucking troll, caught in
Yeah, can you imagine lying like Danny MT did about being in Russia, like at a time when like the war happened? I guarantee you he wasn't planning for this to happen. Like, don't you think if Danny MT was in Russia, he would be like, yo, like, check this out, guys. This is some crazy shit going on, bro. Here I am in Russia. Check it out, bro. But no, that doesn't happen. That don't happen at all with little Danny MT. Because he's not in Russia, dude. Can you imagine lying that bad? That, to me, just signified everything.
I can because, well, I played that clip of you earlier. But, I mean, Danny MT has a record of lying, so I'm not surprised.
That he's the biggest lie. You cannot trust it. See, here's the thing. You guys can shit on me all you want, but at the end of the day, you can't...
But you were friends with him at one point, weren't you?
Say I lie like fucking Danny MT and some...
I can, actually, because we played that clip of you.
These other idiots. I know,
You can
but
do it.
Jedi Knight, Danny MT says he's in Russia. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
I think that's another Scott account. I didn't look at it, but again, conveniently, Tony has disabled his chat. Oh, how about that?
And he's not. Because the first thing you'd be like, yo, guys, check this out, guys. I am fucking on the ground, bro. Check this shit out, dudes. Check it out. Check how crazy this shit. Let me show you some pictures of some stuff. He's not anywhere, dude. Like, can you imagine being called out on that lie? That's sad. That's terrible. I would not want to even come back to the community after this. Like, are you kidding me? He's probably like, oh, fuck, a war happened right when I go over fucking... Right when I try to make this lie that I'm leaving the community. Like, that's terrible, bro. That's sad. That's real sad, man. I can't even imagine how he feels. Like, how do you feel, bro? You literally got called out, dude. Like, if you're listening to me now, Danny, I'd love for you to call, and I'll actually put you on and hear what you have to say about...
Ladies and gentlemen, YR.
Thank you. Quick in and out. I just want everyone to know that Kim can confirm to this that... See, I thought y'all already knew the story, but this is the PS4 days. Obviously, he wasn't on the show, but Scott watched me take a shower or whatever, right? And, you know, Ken was in the group. He popped in, you know, obviously, you know, popped back out, but I thought y'all knew about that. But
I did not.
very weird, isn't it?
Not surprising, though.
Well, keep on doing your thing.
Keep it
I
on.
was just
Keep
letting
on,
you know
keeping
about
on.
that.
And you have a show in less than 2 hours, do you not?
Yes, a big music program with Brown, Arc, and others. So thank you. We'll be there.
All right. Sounds good.
Thank you. You taking my call.
There goes the Great Wire. Let us continue. Also, before we continue, Mrs. Falmouth Ken says, I mean, I am Czech. Can I say I was once Russian? Not, you know, factually. I mean, like, may have been under Russian control, but certainly not Russian. You're ethnically Czech, or Czechia, I believe. They changed the name from Czech Republic to Czechia recently. And, by the way, and I'm not talking about you, Shannon, so don't let this go to your head. But from my personal experience, A, Czech Republic has some of the best beer ever made. And B, they have some of the most beautiful women in existence. So, I just want to lay that down there. And no, Shannon, I'm not talking about you, okay? I don't know what you look like. I haven't seen a photo of you, so, because the first person who would demand that sort of thing would be Tony. I gotta compare you to my girlfriend so I can, like, shit on you and, like, Let's continue. I said, let's continue.
About not being in Russia. I didn't put you on last time because I just didn't want to hear your lies and your nonsense. All I want to hear is if you're in Russia or not, and I want to see a picture. I don't want to hear about anything else.
Trying to play fucking innocent characters now, like it's just fucking.
Joe Cronin show is scared of Danny. Danny is a hurt, drunk troll, projects addiction on everyone. Get out of Fantasyland. I gotta find out where this fight was. We gotta find out where this fight was. Where the fuck's this fight with Danny MT?
Who is? Oh, Garguts? Yeah.
Can somebody please tell me the...
Yeah, he's at
Oh, yeah, country band, I think he's in.
Can someone please tell me where the Danny MT time clip is?
I'm sorry. Like, no. Oh, worthless. Like, if there was no AEW...
We were all pro. Yeah, right. Oh, you guys are sure, Joe? Like, just...
Fights Masvidal squared up like they... Because Masvidal's got a tiny chin, bro. Right now he's in trouble.
Where is it? Tony, if you were president, you would send your troops to Ukraine. Would you send your troops to Ukraine? If I were president, would I send troops to Ukraine?
Yeah, a couple of neon signs.
Depends. What's the end game? To provide resistance? You know? Which is just going to further advance war? What's the end game? Please send me the Danny MT where he is. All right, so he's in an hour and 50 minutes, but
an hour and 50 minutes. Apparently into, I guess this was the pay-per-view fight, the UFC pay-per-view fight, which was on Saturday.
Okay, there you go. Oh, we can watch stream now.
Oh, nice. Okay. I mean, I got mine up too. Remember that Undertaker? Yeah, that's what. And you got this guy. It's like, you know. Asshole.
No, I mean the fuck.
Fine, and also.
No, here's someone snoring.
Yeah, that was me because this match is fucking boring.
A viewer? Oh, that's what it was.
But like Ahmed, but see the difference is. Yeah, but see, I think Pat Patterson was.
No, Dustin, what was that?
Coming up today.
He's gonna win, dude. He's gonna win. He's going to.
Fades away and classifies himself as obsolete.
He's Ross Turkey.
it's right over here somewhere.
Chris Dominguez, man.
We almost had.
It seemed like Ukraine.
Damn, I wish I had the exact clip.
Fucking beast. Not only can he stand up, fucking throw hands, but he's definitely got.
I know. I hear he is here, but.
Right amount of losses, but dude, to rack up 30 wins in the UFC, I mean, damn, that's pretty easy for anybody to hit that. You know?
Oh yeah, no, that's like something like, hey man, I commend you. 30 fucking wins in the UFC. Look out, man.
I mean, this guy has a 75% chance of winning anybody.
30 MMA fights in the UFC is. I mean, does he have 30 wins? Because then that would be the best of all time. I think 17 is the top, right?
He's got 30 wins.
I don't want to hear you talk about fucking MMA.
Where
Let's move back to...
I'm on the stands where like...
So he's moved back to the C-Man review.
Calls on this. I mean,
That is true. That's very
sometimes, but I would never have more than one caller on the show ever. Like it's just we do the third man and that's it. And the third man would never be him. So no.
Yes.
So no.
Alien.
Like Ken wanted to call in right now.
I would have. Oh yeah, we answer Ken. But I would have Scott on the show before RP. And Scott doxed me. So. I don't know.
Well, Dave did tell me that if I brought Scott on and made Scott bury himself, that he would praise me for it. So there's not really anything to worry.
The whole point of why I. Jesus.
Yeah, but there's no reason to.
The whole point of this whole thing.
Do you really think that we're going to bring
that right there? That right there was the whole point of this whole thing, guys. Right there. They just breezed right over it.
What was it?
On the TV screen, is that a picture of a baby? Jedi Knight? No, it's a picture of the bullfrog. Yes, that's the bullfrog. So what they just said right there was the whole fucking reason why.
Why
this is happening.
This is why it's happening, man. They made me do this. You made me dox you, Ken.
And they just glanced right over it, guys. Unbelievable. Let's listen to that again.
Yeah, but there's no reason to. So
yes, why? Do you really think?
Would have Scott on the show.
Cheers, homies.
Scott doxed me. So. I don't know.
Well, Dave did tell me that if I brought Scott on and made Scott bury himself, that he would praise me for it. So there's not really anything to worry about. Feel me?
Yeah, but there's no reason to. So
yes, why? Do you really think that we're going to bring Scott on? Legitimately, answer the question now.
No, because I know the people on the ban list, the general ban list, y'all would never fuck with anyways. Because why waste your time? What are they going to do? Get you 1,000 extra viewers now? We look at people on the band, like Danny MT, SC, RP, Stunty.
Actually, out of all of those, SC would probably be the one I'd be most likely to take us all.
I agree, probably. Yeah, out of all those names you mentioned, I'd say that'd probably be the one.
Yeah, that's not like an open invite.
We'll be
I'm saying
getting-
that to everybody. That's probably the one that I would.
But listen, hey, we're gonna get look. We're here. We're all about drugs and violence, and no one's fucking bleeding on the floor begging for mercy yet. So I think I'm gonna do my third on-air bong rip. So here we go.
Might as well just have Tony.
Wow, Japers.
The cash, by the way, I need to pack something fresh. So.
And I'm thinking, should I rob that bank? And then Dave will talk to me.
You get some ideas. They're sending packets. They're sending packets.
No, I got disconnected from my VPN, so that's
real great.
somebody's trying to intercept my traffic.
You
You fuck!
No, that's incorrect. You're an idiot, if that's what you think.
In this frame that you haven't paused on.
Oh, Jake RP's doing the Undertaker eyes. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah,
Undertaker.
Oh yes.
All these idiots who actually think they know about information technology in this community are just so fucking pathetic. So fucking pathetic.
Your question about this or that.
Yep.
And like, that's because Dave has no life and he has nothing else to do in his life. So this is his life, YouTube. Oh shit. Whatever you want. But this, my point is.
Tony's like, oh shit, I stream all day and night. He's saying he has no life. Fuck.
See, Dave
Called out.
has to. This is where I give Dave credit because he has to take care of his dad. Tony doesn't fucking do anything. He gets taken care of. So yeah, it's hard for me to where I definitely have strong criticisms of Dave. That's very much public knowledge. I don't think it is very valid coming from Tony or RP to be like, yeah, he has nothing else. No, do take care of his fucking dad. Real great.
Well, listen.
Go ahead. Get the rim job going.
I would absolutely. And look, that's the thing about.
That's the thing.
Criticism and then shitting on people. Yeah, fucking RP, you're gonna hear him shit on Dave, about Chats, all that. C-Man criticizes Dave when he feels led to do that. And that's a big difference. And I even think maybe in the future, moderated by me, there could be like a pretty cool drama debate between C-Man and Dave.
Do you realize how gay drama debate sounds? Like it sounds like hey, let's set up a on-air tickle fight between C-Man and Dave Rose. Like, it has that same energy.
All right, well, don't make any content and just do nothing.
I mean, that's what I typically do.
What I will say is that this definitely is giving off shoot interview vibes right here. This whole, I mean, there's no jab.
Yeah,
like,
Byron, stop with the
interview means,
shoot
like,
shit,
real
bro.
fucking thoughts rather than filtered through some sort of
So like,
get
over that
you were
shit.
saying, oh, RP's gonna be doing jabs and this that. No, bro, this is a full blown. I think he's just press play, you know.
He's saying what I didn't want him to say on my program, and it's pretty much getting all let out on Tony's program. So I wouldn't allow that.
Take place. It even be a fights what we find to be the truth. So yeah, I'm not saying it wouldn't be.
Get off your high horse there,
the
C-Man.
phrase drama debate just sounds.
You hear that? Get off your high horse, C-Man.
Relax.
Sounds like tickle fights to me. Fuck, where was I getting real great? Yeah, I can't fully disagree with RP on that though. I think a lot of the stuff ends up going down with the review style stream. And
you remember the days when like he bring screens, hey, you're a fucking piece of shit, and 7 people.
We get into some crack.
We get shit cracking, baby.
I said we get into some crack.
On call, you'll probably end up being cool with everybody on call towards the end. But you don't
Jacob speaking from personal experience, he has to do that a number of times in one single day. So I do agree with some of what he's saying, though. To be honest with you, I think that a lot of the time, if you get two people that are, I would say for the most part, level-headed, you on because it's
like a super duper long ass fucking.
When King calls in to this stream, Tony really gets riled up. So I'm trying to find that here.
Well, I mean, not just at least.
You got Joe on. Like, hey, yeah, no problem, dude.
I won't call in. That's just not how we operate, and I think it should be the same.
You're not a group guy.
You're not an entertainer, bro.
Either, we're not leaders. We're not going to overstay our welcome.
You hear that, C-Man? I'm sure it broke your heart, but you're not an entertainer.
It's not even about that, bro. You're just not an entertainer. You don't like being in front of the microphone, the camera. I mean, do I come on here every time I have something to say? No. Most of the time I have nothing to say. You know what I mean? So,
Kind
it's
of
not
do.
about that, bro. It's
Kinda
about just
do.
going up and doing it. Yeah, more people should be like you, Chris. Not like fucking Latino, Mario. And fucking overstay their welcome and just talk fucking hogwash. Dude's a goon.
Talk hogwash.
Sadly, we will all hear about his death in the community because he doesn't have much longer to live. Dude's like 60. He's probably got a good 10 years left. Sad. Very sad.
Pathetic.
Okay, this one's ready to go.
I want you on, man. You don't have to feel shy about it. Like, come on, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
I get what you're saying.
hey,
And why you're not the only person that I'm like that. Like, I'm not big on hanging out and just shooting the shit unless there's like conversation to be had. That's just not me. Like, I feel bad because Nikki J's been such a fucking
Yeah, you're kind of antisocial there, but hey.
sweetheart to me. That sounds kind of gay, but he like all the time has invited me. He's a wonderful dude. That's even like one phone call. So
we only have 20 minutes.
Yeah, we started eating some lunch.
So you're talking about
Fenrir.
Fenron, yeah.
Fenron.
What give you an example. Say,
Fen
like,
Run.
you start a morning show and you're live.
He's
with
Bo
fucking
Diesel,
Steve
bro.
and SEC
Like,
for
why would you
streaming,
change the name?
Okay? Then you take Bullfrog's call. Then there's 4. Then you have me call in. That's 5. Now Ken and Dave both call in. That's 7 and 8. But the main topic is this guy or that guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now there's really no need for 7 or 8 people to be on this call talking about it's
Yeah, you won't be able to get a focused
slack.
you won't get a focused conversation out of it if you.
Let's do this,
everybody
homies.
is going to want to get their points out. They wouldn't have called in. If
Cheers
they
to all the
didn't have
trolls.
When you have 8 people all wanting to say something, it can end up just causing madness and then almost creating new arguments in the midst of that madness because people want to say their, get their shit out.
Yeah.
But I'm not knocking.
Oh my God, y'all are both wildly wrong. Let me explain. Because if y'all don't like.
Uno momento.
Is that your ringtone? Oh my God, it is. Let's fast forward this shit.
Not PG, bro.
Great point.
Definitely not PG.
Some could say that I, jumped over the line and went, Ari, that's what I did again.
Yeah.
See how proud of himself he is for what he fucking did? What a scumbag. He's like, yeah, some people are
Proud.
saying I jumped the line.
How do you know what
He's
I
checking
am?
the smudges on his glasses right after he says that, like he's about to fire
Deed
somebody.
speak,
A
asshole.
really well-paying job.
Tony, show us how oily the smudges on your sunglasses are. Don't take the bait. Don't take the bait. Yes, YR has those same sunglasses. $10 on Amazon, right, YR?
Competition. He's actually showing them up to the camera right now.
Oh, great.
So let's talk about
I thought I heard him, damn it.
I confirm.
Okay, sorry, I missed it. Yeah, you did. Okay.
Yeah, look at those $9 fucking Amazon glasses. I got the same. And listen, Tommy and C has
But these glasses are $300.
the same ones too. I saw them like a couple weeks
And they're script.
ago. He had them on. He has the same one. I think he got them off Wish for $750 or
Still
something.
showing them on
Like,
camera.
Send me the link. I want
Everybody in the community should get a pair of Tony sunglasses.
well, yeah, he copies off all our shit, so he copies off his glasses.
And then he'll fucking get pissed and buy new glasses. Just
Dude, we get Tony sunglasses. He's gonna start dressing up like Hulk Hogan before his streams, where he just has like the ruffle things on like his shoulders and shit.
He walks in. I am a real American. Wow.
Tony, you should get those the feather boa. Tony, get the feather boa. Oh my God.
See, if Tony didn't dox people and just went full blown with like goofy narcissistic shit, it would be so much better. But he's a legitimate narcissist and could never fucking switch over to what?
We need a pony Tony this summer, bro.
Yeah,
we need them
ponytail.
streams to be sweating our ass off with 4 fans on, rocking the ponytail this summer, bro.
And a white beater.
All right,
Yeah,
ponytail. You want the ponytail?
I want to see Tony do
now
like
he's
a white
gonna
trash.
put on a ponytail.
Facial hair and fucking rocks a ponytail.
They got me for being white
Oh,
trash.
come on.
No, bro, I have a whole fucking sleeve. What are you talking about?
Competition.
Yeah, but my tattoo.
You just said white trash.
I have tattoos that are shitty. I'm white.
Sounds like
And-
something that you're proud of, like you're trying to boast about it right now.
No.
You're like convincing us that you're like
My hair still looked better when it was long.
this white trash piece of shit or something. Like I don't need you to convince.
Ages.
You're white trash.
So competition.
Wait, mention it. No, I never did any of that. No, I never mentioned kids shit. Same with.
Yeah, I never mentioned that I was going to call CPS to get your kids taken away, and that your kids probably don't live well. And I also never said that you.
Prove it.
Okay, I'm your Huckleberry.
His kids. You do not do that. These kids are starving. These kids are fucking hungry. These kids have no fucking clean clothes on their back. I mean, it's just a crime. I think fucking DSS is going to be called on you, Ken. I really do. I think they're going to have the child social services come take these kids away. I really do. I think these kids are going to be taken away, man.
Is that good enough for you? Let's continue.
Prove it. Never said it.
Should I play it again?
Never said anything about CPS.
Oh, I didn't use those words.
Nothing about CPS. Okay.
But I did say CSS and, child social services, and I said that they could be taken away from you, but I didn't say this one organization name. So I kind of got the slip on you, Ken. I used a different name, but I still said that they could do the exact same thing as CPS. So clearly I'm head and shoulders above you, Ken, while I'm standing on 8 boxes. But clearly I'm so much smarter than you, Ken. I didn't say those particular words, despite my referencing in that previous clip. Let's continue.
Came out of my mouth. Thank you. Completely fabricated.
Corona doesn't use kids. But yeah, I never said any of that stuff. I never.
Well, certainly not. Certainly not. We've played the clip many a time, just on this stream alone. So certainly not fabricated whatsoever. This sort of evidence provided in court assures a conviction. That's just how it works. Let's continue.
Do the kids thing. Real great.
Same with Joe. It's like I might have said a comment like, yeah, look, like the same thing I said with Joe. Like, oh, look, if, when he was doing cabbage soup, I was like, oh my god, the kid's not eating. They can't.
I love how he spins. He always fucking spins.
It's like with me, it's like the Patriots, bro. Like I am the Patriots in the league. If we are the NFL, I am the Patriots. Whatever I do is done under a microscope and made such a huge deal for whatever I do. But other teams can do the same thing and nothing happens.
But what about them?
To them because they're a shitty team and nobody cares. Is that how it goes? It's ridiculous.
He'll acknowledge that he's a scumbag, but then he has to spin it as soon as he even remotely acknowledges what he said. Real great.
Okay, and let's not forget.
Oh my
Let's not
god.
forget the cabbage soup episode. It's important. Not only the cabbage soup was a thing, but remember when Joe Cronin had overly stuffed trash cans and trash bags? I mean, I was there with Tony, but Tony was mostly the one saying that, yeah, look at the trash, it's overly. And he insinuates proprietarily that, CGPS needs to be contacted in that situation and in the kid situation.
Well, I'm going to say this. I have one kid, and I know how fast my fucking trash can fills up, so I can imagine with 3 kids, there's a lot of fucking trash all the goddamn time.
Okay, well, it's called give the kids chores, and it's called give them sticky stars, and they will take the trash out to the garage.
YR.
Is that what your folks did with you? YR, pick up your Burger King wrappers and you'll get a sticky star.
I don't need someone who's excited about getting a new twin bed to give me fatherly advice.
Wow, that's not the yours.
You gotta get queen, Murphle, bro. Like, a twin? Are you really that much of a twink, Steve? You twink
Hey, when you don't just let like 3 or 4 trash bags.
There you go.
I know what's coming.
You're right, and
Oh, so now he's taking out the ponytail.
Fucking kidding me? He said
Talk about a quitter.
he's gonna call CPS. Now he's like, yeah, I'm.
Never said that, bro.
I don't think so. Like,
Never
But you did say that. You did say that.
said that, dude.
Real great.
The fuck are you talking about? Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
Delusion, thy name is Tony from Revere.
So because Ken will fucking criticize Tony or go after him, that means that Ken's on the same level as Tony, who just fucking showed his parents' house.
He looks very agitated in the video. He keeps adjusting his hair. He's just sitting back, crossing his arms. He doesn't look too pleased at all.
Live stream. That makes sense. No, Tony's totally justified. Real great.
Is that what he said? I was justified. 100%. Bring out my girl. All that shit, bro.
Dude, fuck your girl.
Yep.
How about that? Dude?
Fuck
Yeah,
you,
fuck that
you
bitch.
fat fuck.
Fuck that bitch. Keep her out in the background. Tony's gonna yell at you all the time. Annoying. It's like, dude, you watch Scott. Scott used to have his
You fat hamburger eating fuck. Shut up.
No, you have your girlfriend yell at you. Like,
The
it's
fuck
literally
up.
the same, dude. Literally the same. So no one cares, bro. No one cares if you have a girlfriend. Like, you're an asshole. You doxed.
Yeah. Because, yeah, Carlos, Ken asked, how could you support Tony? Come support me. That's what he probably said, right? How could you support someone like Tony? You should support someone like me. Because Carlos sees both sides of the story. For every
No, not from what I've been seeing and what I've been commenting. He's like, Tony, you're right. Those guys are wrong. Like, how could a friend do that? Does Carlos know what interaction you had with Ken other than your side of the story? Well, if he doesn't, then he can't really say that now, can he? Let's continue.
every one side of the story, there's another side of that story. And Carlos sees it from my perspective. That's the difference.
But you're just admitting right now, you just said there's 2 sides of the story, and as I explained, you need to understand both sides of the story, but you just said specifically that he sees your side of the story, essentially excluding the possibility that he sees it from all sides and is able to come to the conclusion that you may be, in fact, correct. So because he's obviously biased and only sees your side of the story, hasn't done the effort, or hasn't made the effort or done the research necessary to examine the other side, it shows clear bias, and his opinion is null and void. Let's continue.
Yeah, fook.
You can say whatever you want and try to use these insults. You can, get all agitated that you want, but it doesn't make it true. Just like you kept saying, lies, lies, lies. But I did the comparison between the 2 videos, and we proved that you're wrong. So, again, you stating things like a child having a tantrum doesn't make them true.
Like, what do you mean it takes 2 to tango? That's all I'd say. Like, I don't understand. Like, why you say it takes 2 to tango? Because if Ken let him on his show, you'd be like, oh yeah, man, which one did you so fucked up? So,
that's accurate.
We're learning to get close.
Exactly, Carlos. Ken, a friend doesn't turn his back on his friend, and not a true friend. Exactly.
But whoever said they were even friends, Carlos? Are you that stupid? Have you... first of all, the arrogance, the insolence of your statement. To somehow assume that they were ever friends in the first place. Now, if you only, heard that from Tony, but never even bothered to even speak to Ken, then who the fuck are you to even make such a statement? It's such a stupid thing to do, to actually make such a baseless statement without having ever made any sort of effort to research.
Well, no, not anymore. It's different now. But because listen, bro, the narrative was out there before I did the whole Ken House thing. He would be saying the same thing. How could you...
What narrative?
Support someone like Tony that brings doxers on his show. That's what he would say.
Okay.
That was the narrative before the House thing. So it was...
Okay.
It's always going to be something.
That doesn't make sense.
That's why I gave them a reason to do it. Now they have a clear-cut reason why I'm a scumbag.
So you threaten people. So for example, guy walks down the street, goes into shops. He pulls out a gun. He's like, "Give me your money," and then he keeps doing that in all these stores. And they're like, "No, I'm not gonna do it. You're pointing the gun at me. You're gonna have to shoot me." So he leaves, and then eventually he comes back. He's like, "Give me the money," and they're like, "No, you're gonna have to shoot me." And eventually he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna prove it to you. I shoot you," and he does. Like, I'm trying to think of analogies that would explain this sort of ludicrous lack of critical thinking, but it's difficult for me. I can't. I mean, even if I was to lobotomize myself, I still don't think I'd lose enough IQ points to be able to explain this sort of thing at the level that Tony is trying to do so. Let's continue.
Boxers on his show. That's what he would say. That was an.
Okay, so because somebody claimed that you had doxers, you're like, well, we don't really have doxers, but I'll give you a reason to say that there's doxers. I'll dox you directly, Ken. There we go. I think that's a better analogy. But do you guys see what I'm saying? I'm going to go back to check with the chat. But do you guys see what I'm saying here? It's like they didn't think I was a threat, so I committed a crime and proved that they were correct and that I'm a threat. Yeah.
Narrative before the house thing. So it was always going to be something. That's why I gave them a reason to do it. Now they have a clear-cut reason why I'm a scumbag. Because before...
So are you admitting to a crime, Mr. DePerry? You remember, you're on the stand here.
It was like nobody had the answer, yet I was a scumbag and I knew it would never change. So I said...
No, but see, just because you're blind, you fucking mole man, wearing your fucking sunglasses inside at night, doesn't mean that people haven't been able to see this through from the very beginning. And many people saw through this. C-Man likes to claim that, he saw this. I don't doubt it, but he's not the only one. Travis, I believe, is another one. I also saw a douchey level to this guy. There's a few others who have, who else? Somebody in the chat, I think maybe it might have been Jada's, saw it from the beginning. Quite a few people saw this.
Said, you know what, I'm going to have to fucking make a change. Did because when Dave and Seaman had a conversation, and, remember when I had Scott on my show?
I didn't hear this at all. This might be interesting.
Like a couple months ago? No, but you remember when I didn't? Why did people used to shit on me? Why did people blackball me from the community? What's the reason, Jacob?
Well, people shit on me because I'm intelligent and it makes them feel inadequate. And, I talk from knowledge, talk from experience, talk from curiosity and interest, and people shit on me. Do you see me doxing people? No.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, I've shit on you from the very second I fucking saw you pop on.
Play low game.
And the irony that over a year ago I put in the comment section, Tony equals Fuego 2.0, and here you two are together. It's like I've known. It's almost like I've just known this whole time. Real handy.
Well, and I, on the other hand, didn't like Tony because I actually cared about YR and would genuinely talk to him about shit, off air and stuff. And I felt like Tony never had YR's best interest. It was always about Tony's best interest. And no matter how many times I tried to drill that to YR's brain, it took me quite some time to understand that. So that's why I like Tony. So,
it's never about.
There you go. You have two answers. So if anybody else wants to chime in.
Yeah, well, YR's the one that made Tony the thing. So thanks, YR.
No, Tony made YR actually.
Exactly.
I mean, look, my co-hosts are basically subcontractors. I'm gonna go.
That is true.
About it.
That is true.
I mean, look. I'm not saying I'll ever take y'all are co-hosts, but
we did do a wrestling show that I carried for a couple weeks, so I was a co-host at one point.
I never take donations for a certain group of people. Like, you know what I'm saying? It gets to a point like ours was one of the people among many that didn't care for Tony on my programs and didn't watch and stuff like that. And so to me, it's like, why have someone around so nice?
What? Bullfrog? What?
I think that's.
They don't comment on that last day that he said he died.
Oh, so Ken's called in. So now we're gonna get a mouthful from Tony here, and I'm not talking about his very small millimeter Peter. I'm talking about the hubris and the lies that are going to emanate from his face hole. So let's continue.
Not liking the fact that he did that. I mean, I don't know why he's saying this because it's not.
He said he wanted us to have a reason.
Can I finish?
Here we go.
Can I finish?
Jesus, wow.
I guess he's saying this to try to lighten the load of people being pissed at him that he did this or something, but nobody's not going to, by the excuse that he's giving, nobody gives a fuck, even if it was a legit excuse, which it's not. Because when you play that clip, he goes, oh, the phone call between Dave and Seaman. See, the only thing that would have worked for him is if that phone call between Seaman and Dave happened before he doxed me. Then it would make sense what he's saying. But in reality, it happened 2 days after he doxed me. Yeah, and he's trying to tie it into, say that he proved some type of big fucking point. We should all be apologizing to him. Because, he proved the point that there's a double standard.
Right.
By doxing me. You know, and it's just the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. It makes absolutely no sense. And honestly, do any of you guys believe what he's saying?
Fuck no. I mean, I started streaming just to point out how much he was full of shit. Like, that was the whole reason I ever even started with the review stuff, was because I saw just how fucking see-through the narratives that this guy comes up with are. And it's at the point of no return for him, so he's just always going to keep going down this road. There's no reason for not to.
And he's complaining that people are saying his girl and saying things about his girl and stuff, right? And using her name and all this shit in the chat, right? And it's like when somebody, even Jacob R.P. was like, well, you said this stuff about his kids, which he did.
False.
He did say that, you know, child
False.
services that come to my house
False.
for malnutrition.
False.
I feed them, there's no roof over their head.
False.
They have nothing. He either forgets that he says these things,
False.
or he just blatantly outright lies. But
False.
That's why I played this before and did the comparison before we got to this point while allowing to play it mostly restrained.
Good point. If he
Lies.
was to forget that he said these things, why would he delete or private the videos that he said it on?
Good
So
question,
obviously,
Ken.
he
Very
has
good
those just those
question.
videos.
Depends who was
He
on the
told
show,
YRP,
you
let's
fuck.
do these
So, like he said, when he did dox his parents, he in the response video, which he also deleted, he's like, there was only 2 people watching, Ken. Nothing's going to happen. I didn't do anything, though. But what are you worried about? Only 2 people were watching me.
shows overnight where if you watch me, you get to see it, but if you don't, the video's gone the next day. He's only literally did that one time.
Oh, what was last night?
And it's just lie after lie after lie after lie.
What was last
after lie
night
after
there,
lie after
buddy
lie.
boy?
I believe that he does remember this stuff because it'll pop up in the example I'm thinking of is he called in, I think it was with that time him and Dave did that fucking truce gimmick like a couple weeks back, first time Dave did it. And I think Dave brought up about how the hotel room thing that he was saying with you, like the different hotel or whatever, and Tony literally acknowledged it then and there. He's like, oh yeah, I just lied about that to piss off Ken. So Tony does remember this shit. It just depends on, like a true narcissist, it depends on what benefit is he going to get from either divulging the truth or denying the truth. It just depends on what's the greater good for his outcome.
Yeah, I mean, it's the truth. And so I already know what you were going to answer and tell me just then. Because my point was, I'm asking a question like, does he really think like it shouldn't be a problem? So that's why he made a point out of doxing Ken. Like, does that sound fucking normal? I mean, does he even check when they go to make up a story like this and try to like, it's fucking just lackluster, Like, you can't even lie to him.
There's never even an excuse to, like, there isn't an excuse for that behavior. So even to validate it just shows, like, what type of human he is. Trying to convince people, oh, see, it wasn't that bad what I did. Like, just own it. At this point, I mean, he did it. So just
I do own it, fuck.
He has to a certain point because he was, I did hear him saying, like, what I did was really low. And, I shouldn't have, I shouldn't have done it. And no, you shouldn't have done it because it was all words. All he used was words, bro. And it was like, he's complaining that people are saying shit, picking on his girl. And it's like, dude, stop. You planted your girl all over your screen at one point because you were showing her off. So obviously you made her a part of all this. She comes on in the screen. So it's like, dude, what's fair game is fair game.
Yeah, she's like younger,
Obviously,
right?
If you're going to go after my kids and talk shit about them, then your girl is fair game.
Yeah, that's what I
This is
did.
what I think Tony does is he likes to throw out these things,
So full of
knowing that
shit,
at some point
No, they're not, actually.
people will fucking attack him. Like, look back at the
Oh, he's referring to you, Ken. You're full of shit, Ken.
whole
terrible,
ring fucking scenario that he pulled. He showing off the thousands and $1,000 rings, whatever it is, and then after people start giving him shit for it, he goes on, he's like, you're making fun of my dead father's rings. And it's like, nobody knew that, and you're also the one broadcasting how much better you are than everyone.
True. And I can't remember who was saying that Tony doesn't say that he's better than other people. Well, he does, but he's got no ground to stand on. I, on the other hand, that's a different story, but let's continue.
Is that what I do?
I think that
I
purposely...
brought...
Yes, you do. It's documented. I've reviewed this stuff for hours.
Guess how much better I am than everybody.
braggadocious for one, and then two, he knows that they're going to get used as a weapon against.
No, but you compare it to, it's like, I'm better than you, Dave. I'm better than you, Ken. It's like, but I never started this, and I was just doing my own thing. But then you see me being successful, having fun, doing my own thing, being original, and no, you can't stand that, can you? That hemorrhoid on your ass just, it won't let you sit still. How about that? Unmuted for life.
Against him later
Sad,
on, and he's debating people. This is literally what it is.
You're so sad. You're so sad.
Debated, dude.
Where's your little fucking mestizo cheerleader there?
Yep, because then he can work himself into a shoot.
And then he gives him the he just did it to
There he goes, Boz with the shoots.
There's a fake account in your chat with my girl's name. Well, it was a nickname. It wasn't her full first name even.
How is he supposed to know that? How the fuck is he supposed to know that, Bullseye? That, like, I mean, it's just...
And what troll is going to use a person's nickname to make a fake account to fuck with someone? They're not going to do that. It wouldn't surprise me if Tony made that account himself, left that comment. That way he had a reason to continue going with
Dude, when you said that, at first I was like, no, and then I thought about it, and I was like, no, it's fucking right, Seaman. But
there's evidence out there that Tony will make the one fucking there's a Sean's View show where Sean kept fucking blocking him, kicking whatever the fuck, and then Tony would call him with a new account. You can hear Sean say, man, how many fucking accounts does this guy have? It just kept going and going and going. and I've already proved in the past that Tony himself has like fucking 3 or 4 old accounts. He even confirmed
No,
first time
I
on
have
like three Tony Reviews at one point, right?
2.
Oh, shit, really?
One, I made the second one because YR asked me to make it.
Oh, so you have more than one account.
Yeah, the only...
That's interesting because you immediately denied it. You dismissed the idea. This is very much what narcissists do. And in fact, they go even further and attempt to gaslight you. So, no, that never happened. No. But now you're admitting, literally within the same breath, I do have one, but it was YR. It was YR. What about them? What about them? It was YR. They convinced me to make it. Really? Well, let's continue.
He confirmed one that I was wrong about was the one that YR made of him. Other than that, yeah, it's come out that he's had these multiple accounts, and I would not put it past him because this guy needs a reason to constantly be fucking with people, and he'll make.
You said it perfectly, or it was Jake Bars. I forgot.
We're the same guy, really.
But one of you said, about the whole like getting along with him thing, and it's like, and you know what, that didn't exist because like that was a thing, man. Getting along with him was there at one point, and like I said on one of my things, one of my streams, it was fun. Like I had fun with the guy at one point, I really did. And I laughed my ass off with him, and like good times with the guy. And it's a shame that it got to that level because honestly, everything was forgivable on both sides up until the point of like doxing somebody and trying to, and then you just have the balls to sit there and say, leave my girl out of it. Why are you gonna try to hurt and collateral damage and blah blah blah? It's like, yeah, dude. Well, leave my fucking family out. My kids have nothing to do with it. My parents' house have nothing to do with it. My fucking house has nothing to do.
I suspect that Ken has a condition where when his heart grows big to love other people, that it puts pressure on probably his spine, which just goes up, it shoots up his spinal column to his brain and actually compresses the brain so that he's not thinking properly. Because when Ken tries to be nice, as we've seen in the past, you get these fucking people who want to take advantage of him, and if he's like, no, hold on, I gotta draw some boundaries here, then they freak the fuck out and go on these fucking campaigns to say, oh, Ken, this and that, and CPS, and oh, I didn't say CPS. It's maybe Shannon, since she's in the chat and, she has knowledge on that sort of medical stuff, maybe she can, figure it out. I don't know. But, every time Ken's heart grows bigger, it puts some sort of pressure on his brain and limits his critical thinking as to these faggots that are trying to take advantage of him. But I still love Ken, and I'm sure that we will find a cure soon.
Dude, I didn't show your house. Well, the irony of the things that he's upset over in terms of words, like the worst thing you said about his girl is that she wipes asses. The amount of horrible fucking foul shit I've heard him say about Shannon as a response to what you said about his girl, he has no fucking leg to stand.
What are you talking about?
He just does it, and then he takes it further.
What are you talking about, Chris?
What are you talking about? What are you saying? And we've seen this before and so many times. It's just like the whole fouls. No, you're wrong. Usually when somebody, well, that's a reason why I stop my clips every 2 seconds according to 1.0. But, well, you got to sort of explain things. You got to provide a basis, a context, an understanding of the discussion. And you got to provide a proper argument to the statement that was made. Somebody makes a statement. Well, if you disagree, you believe that it's wrong, the onus is now on you. Maybe again, onus is a common word, but I guess if people don't understand it, it means that the responsibility is on you. The responsibility is on you to prove that whatever that person said was wrong. So you present that information in an argument countering what was stated. That is the appropriate way. You don't just say, take my word for it. You don't just say, oh, well, do the research. No, the onus is on you, and you must now provide the evidence to counter a statement that was made. That is logic. That is philosophy. That is reason. Those are courses that you would take in school if you even gave a fuck, which I doubt you do, or ever did. And, from SHID to Skid to Rig to Blig to whoever the fuck's out there, including you, Tony. SE Steve, Greasy Illegal. You want to hate because I paid attention in school, because I'm a sponge for information, because I'm actually genetically and naturally superior to you. That you're going to get mad at me? Keep getting mad, because I will continue to remind you that I'm just naturally built to build civilization, unlike you that are dregs that, if there wasn't social services or, these social nets that are established in the world, you would have died long ago. Let's continue.
Little goddamn doxers. I don't understand this perpetual victim card that he's constantly throwing out when he himself will take the thing that he's mad about, make it 10 times worse with words, and then follow that up with a 50 times worse with fucking action takes.
Yeah. It's just, it's weird. And then to hear him sit there and, when somebody brings up like, oh, well, you talk about his kids and you da-da-da-da, and it's like, to hear him deny it, it's like, what the fuck, bro? Yeah. Like, he went on and on for like 25 minutes about my kids that night, like on his live stream, and it's like, you don't remember that, dude? Like,
no, I didn't go on about 25 minutes about your kids, you weirdo.
You don't remember it, and you do.
Show the proof. Oh, shit.
We did show the proof. Many people did.
It's like, just own up to it at this point. and let's move forward, you know. But things we owe him in apology, which is weird, you know.
What the fuck?
But anyway, I just wanted to say that whole thing about, like, you know, the storyline don't add up. And, like, you paint the nice picture, Tony, of like why you doxed me, and, you know, I guess somebody who's like a real easy fucking mark, like Joe likes to call a lot of people in this community. Yeah, maybe you could fool that person into thinking, oh wow, that's justified what he did because he proved the point. But the problem is, C-Man and fucking Dave didn't talk 2 days after that happened. So just, and if you notice when you play that clip, he starts to say that at the beginning and realizes, oh, I can't
Yeah, what's your excuse for this one, Tony?
use that because it was 2 days after he stopped.
No, I can perfectly use it.
No, I can perfectly use it. I can make up whatever I want.
Doesn't matter when it was said, you fuck.
No, it does. It does. Let's rewind that. I'm going to play this without every 2 seconds pausing, so, you know, just to give Scunty's heart a little break. But you know what? Let's, before we do, let's just check with the chat. Yeah, Mrs. Foulmouth Ken, Tony is retarded. Yes, Foulmouth Ken, Tony is retarded. And yes, everyone in the chat, Tony is retarded. Now that I'm done responding to all the comments in the chat about how Tony is retarded, let's get back to Tony being retarded.
Like, you paint the nice picture, Tony, of like why you doxed me, and, you know, I guess somebody who's like a real easy fucking mark, like Joe likes to call a lot of people in this community. Yeah, maybe you could fool that person into thinking, oh wow, that's justified what he did because he proved the point. But the problem is, C-Man and fucking Dave didn't talk 2 days after that happened. So just, and if you notice when you play that clip, he starts to say that at the beginning and realizes, oh, I can't use that because it was 2 days after he stopped.
No, I can perfectly use it. Because it doesn't matter when it was said, you fuck. Doesn't matter when it was said.
Yeah, you have to have those two events.
Nothing's changed.
So, very valid point. He will just pull shit out of his ass whatever sounds good at the moment. Sometimes he catches it. A lot of the time he fucking doesn't. He just keeps running with it, so.
That excuse is one of the funniest excuses I've heard coming from this guy's cocksucker, as the esteemed Vikings fan likes to say. Let's continue.
And it's like, dude, I'm done fighting. Like, I'll throw the singers around and shit, but like, I'm not going any further than I already went. You know, like, I'm just not. So, you know, and it's like he gives out these warnings every once in a while. Like, look how YR was the other day. And I'll just mention this and I'll bounce and let you guys get back on shit. But look how YR was the other day when he made it sound YR. Like, he had to call in Tony because Tony was using private names that no one else knew of but
what are you talking
YR.
about?
So Tony
Private
knew, okay, I have these private names, I'm the same on air. To
Same private
YR
names?
scare him. And once YR heard those fake names, well, those names of like family members, I guess, of people in his life, he mentioned.
What are you
like,
talking about?
Which is further shit. Now wants to put
What are you talking about, dude? Like, whoa, wild stands.
at my house, and it's further shit. And if we think about it real quick, this guy's like literally done this shit the whole time he's been around. He did it to 845 with Scott, and fucking did that whole thing with Scott.
Well, that's as soon as he went. I remember when it happened. It was during the fucking Drama Club 2021, whatever the fuck. And he called in, and as soon as he said Scott's full fucking address on there, I'm like, this guy will do anything because it doesn't. There's certain things that are just a blanket you really should not fucking do. And doxing is one of them. And to go on a live stream and say an address.
Oh my god.
This guy is inevitably going to do this to other people. And he showed his hand. He did what he did.
Hell yeah.
That fucking news story from when he was still in high school.
This guy's wicked light.
This isn't going to stop with him either. There is going to be more.
This guy's wicked
Then on
light.
top of all the things you just mentioned, he called out private names to YR. So YR called in
No, he didn't.
to play damage control or to stop the fear. And
I didn't, Ken. I didn't.
he kneeled down to it as much as he could because he was threatened into it. He felt feared into it.
Well, it was actually fucking YR when the chat was street names. He was saying street names that were surrounding where YR lived. Just
and so the C-Man, like,
Quite scummy there.
you know, it's a shame that it's got to
I never said street names,
obviously
surrounding
you
street
lost the
names.
war.
Now he's claiming that he didn't do that.
It's because you're admitting you lost by going out and taking it to the next level for no reason. You know? I agree with that. And the only way you do something like that is if somebody does it to you, and you still shouldn't do it even at that point. If you remember when he did it to Scott?
Damn it.
I was like, hey, you know, yeah, sometimes you have to fight fire with fire. And I said this on a stream or on YRs. I said, you know, you got to fight fire with fire, but I don't condone you doing the same thing he did because now you're just as bad as him. And that was back then.
Let's pick a different
Not me,
vehicle.
or you did anything to Bullseye or anybody else. You know,
vehicle
sort of writing on the wall back then, you know? So, anyway, but thank you guys for letting me call in and that girls, you and Jake Bars, I think, guys, and I'll be listening. Yeah.
Wait.
Real quick.
Hey, is Janet cool?
Nah, she ain't
See
cool
this
at all,
one.
though. She's like kind of a bitch on certain days, but... Yeah, well, listen, that's what she was saying, because she, this week, for the whole week and a half now, she has to do this on-call thing that she does where she gets an emergency phone.
Right.
But it's over on Monday, I guess tomorrow, so she can do something if you're around, and she's like trying to do things for Patreon too, so. Alright?
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Bars, jump in.
That's what I tried. Damn it!
You better fucking apologize.
So he's playing a video game while listening to the stream.
He's arguing.
From you, you know what I mean? So imagine staying there for 3 months, he's been in this position. When people shit,
more friendly with Todd.
Can it handle it?
Pardon?
We get record numbers.
Are we? This is the record numbers? No.
Whoa, you can't get by, bro.
37. Yeah, we've had.
What can I do?
I appreciate your suggestion.
You could be playing music from your own band while you drive, and play this video game. Why don't you help try to promote that? I mean, don't you want those the residuals?
Oh, shit.
It's fucking free to do so. People
No.
criticize me, dude. Like, he's the only person without a fucking ring to the chat, so he's already on thin ice.
No.
I do represent the drama, your drama, your bro. I do represent
he's almost like exactly.
He's gonna start railing into Ken soon. Trying to get to that point here.
You're like, why you shitting on you? What? Sure, here's the reason. Sorry, no. But yeah, I told them.
Okay, so he's either lying to everyone.
In that stream where I working the steps.
Me for saying about Scott shit. So there you go, man. Thank you for being on. We were all on the same page here with Scott. Thank you.
We don't. Okay.
I acted like Tigger.
He hasn't said many words in multiple minutes, so just using Seaman's stream as filler.
Thank you.
Why? Am I?
What I was saying, the rationale for him doxing Ken was that he was giving everybody a reason to hate him. He's already done that many, many times. I'm trying to think of what really solidified it for me that I fucking hated this guy. I've always disliked him, but when me, Travis, and Tony all called in to have our discussions with Cronin, and when Tony finally got on after all the months and months of he's going to say this and do that, and here it comes, he goes on and tells Cronin that he thought me and Travis were being a bit too fucking nitpicky, despite the fact that this guy would criticize Cronin if he had a fucking weird yellow stain on the side of his hat and make a 30-minute segment out of it.
Well, you gotta make some content, right?
Hey, can we fast forward to when RP's mouth moved?
And that was based on YR's assumptions. He wanted me to do Cronin.
Always excuses. Always. That's how you know you're dealing with a narcissist. Someone who's always making excuses. Not saying, you know what? You're right. Or, you know what? I don't agree with you, but I see where you're coming from, and I'll take my lumps. I'll take fucking, just like with me, allowing for Tony to come on the last time, allow him to bury himself. But then I got a lot of criticism from a lot of different people. But it is what it is. And I think I've been proven correct as well. But more importantly, though, is I think I've proven a point.
Content. That's all he wanted from me.
Okay, well, let's get to the NBA bullshit, because their NBA takes suck. They're plebs. They know nothing about the sport.
Really? I know much more than you about NBA than you do, brother.
You hear that? He knows much more than you. Now, I do believe somebody said this the other day. I think it might have been on Seaman's show that maybe it was YR who was listening to this stream and responded to this, but he's like, Tony has no knowledge on the NBA. And I think it was, maybe it was the other stream where he had RP on. But yeah, there were a lot of people that were ridiculing their lack of knowledge on basketball. Let's continue.
Brother, I go toe-to-toe with you any day on anything about the NBA, and I just...
Oh, wow. So he's down with the NBA. He knows everything that's needed.
Absolutely destroy you, Jake Burrs.
It's just hilarious.
So now it's competition against Jake Burrs.
She's like, all the time. I hate it. What do you say, dude? Sorry, continue. RP's being fake.
No, it's not.
Oh, shit.
So here's my thing.
Oh, my God.
Check out RP is quickly.
Here goes my mirror.
Bro, then you're about to listen to, basically, Ollie D and Ronnie for sure right now. It's bragging about, looking good or some shit. Listen to this. This is yeah. You know what I'm saying?
He said bragging about, looking good or some shit.
Seaman sounds like a chipmunk at this speed with his laugh.
Put on some techno club music. Alright.
Put on some techno club music. Yeah. YR's getting good. He already does that. So a bit. Great. Real great.
It does, man. I can do it one night, but I need 3 days to recoup after that. But you're a single guy, man. You did do a stream yesterday or something, but I can't. I said before I can't go after the guy. I just feel bad for him. And for someone I feel bad for, I just can't go after him. But I want to get him to monetize this.
Okay, I must show this, people. I must. But the way that Tony is handling his shifting stick for his computer shows a limp-wristed style that certainly is not that of a fully straight male. But first of all, this ain't no truck, and even if it was, you wouldn't be handling your stick shift that way. If it was a car and you understand about properly ergonomically designed vehicles, the stick would not be rated, put up to that level. If it was, because there are modifications for manual transmission stick shifters, you would still not be handling it in this manner. So we're going to call this limp wrist stick. And I'm going to place this up for you guys to see on screen. Because I'm sorry, I grew up on manual transmission. It is the greatest transmission ever to exist. And this is just, it's too much. It's gross. And that might explain why he's gone through so many windshields. Because, this does not seem to be masculine whatsoever. Look at this. Look at this, people. Look at that soy hand. Because that's what it is. If you take a look at soy hand, if you research and Google soy hand, Soylent, there's a drink called Soylent, which is like Soylent Green, which is kind of funny and ironic and sad. But there's a bunch of people that are soy boys that drink that stuff. It's soy milk that's high in genetically modified soy. And they can't even open the bottles because they're so limp-wristed and weak. So they've actually created devices that will open a bottle, bottle cap for them. And they've posted photos of themselves using that so that they could get to their little fucking soy drink. So while you take that in and you observe this graphic, I'm just going to look at this message that was sent to me. I'm not too sure what it is, but okay, hold on, I got an explanation here. All right, well, we've got the one and only Chris Benoit, a.k.a. Seaman, and he sent me a clip that I'm going to play in a moment, and actually, I'll play it first, and then I'll say what he said, but let's continue.
Ken can just laugh because he knows the rail mongoloid with the wig is his wife.
Oh, yes, I do remember that clip. Very nice. And Seaman says, remember when he said, "What are you talking about?" When I, in reference to Seaman, brought up the fucked up shit he said about Shannon. And then he says, "Tell Tony I said, suck it." In fact, I think there's a graphic for that. So let's go and see if I can find that here, because I think that would be appropriate, just to, remind this little man where he is. But also, I do appreciate Seaman's use of, what was it, braggadocious? I'm loving that. That's a word I haven't heard in a long time, but certainly one of much prestige and respect to you. How about that? But yeah, suck it, directly from the mouth of Seaman himself, telling little phony Tony, Mr. Baloney, that he's full of shit. Let's continue. I can't find the clip. Sorry, I can't find the animated graphic.
From yesterday.
Still?
Oh, let's not get it monetized.
Yeah. So.
Come on, what's that?
You patient guy.
No, we're doing a little. Hey, here on the Gray Zone, we do skim jobs on the YR, so I can do rim jobs.
Thank you. We have 320 live viewers. Pew, 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 pew.
Oh, here, I found the photo. Here you go, Tony. Suck it.
Tony's like, fuck, man, I hope not.
This is fucking obnoxious.
Courtesy of Seaman, Chris Benoit. Or Chris Michael Benoit. That spells Seaman, right?
Why listen to the Tarzan soundtrack? What the fuck?
It's Joe Cronin singing, bro. Come on now. With drama stuff and even hangout shows, really. I think YR's putting more thing.
Oh.
Well, that's why I think he's really not doing anything, because basically he's thinking from YR's point.
He's sometimes live twice a day. That doesn't make any sense.
Ooh, this is getting juicy.
YR comment?
Yeah, you can skip
No, we're not gonna skip over it.
There must be something in here that YR's afraid I'm gonna agree with. That's why he wants us to skip over it.
Does any doxing take place here in a second? Or?
He hasn't stopped holding the stick that way, and I'm gonna have to change this. Well, it's actually gonna change to the suck it screen. My stream's slightly delayed by at least a minute, so it's not showing as quick as it should. But thank God we don't see that limp-wristed faggot with him driving that stick. But let's continue.
already covered last time. Like, part, like, one, like, reason
Go.
why I had to officially ban people, bro. It's just like it gets too old. Like, they overstay their welcome. If that makes sense.
Oh, so
Like,
because
thank
you already reviewed it, Jake Bars and I aren't allowed to.
It's my horn.
Are you a big dog? Are you a
said
big
that,
dog? Do we need to fucking yell at you? Or?
I gave the reason last night. I said, but I'm saying, you gotta hear this part. Like, it's fine if you like eat chicken or beef. That has no issue with me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, look, hold on real quick, okay? Because
I gotta be able
I think it's time for another moment. Thank you.
We're gonna go ahead and put you on mute, and while you're gonna take over the show. So.
No, that ain't happening, Captain. I'm sorry. I see the ship here, Bubby.
Is
So.
that alright?
No, go ahead. What were you saying?
Do you have any body pics maybe I can see?
Any body pics that maybe you can see?
Of your body, please?
Pictures of my body?
Ew.
You want to see your body? Do you have like a vest you can wear, like someone like you Austin, like a other vest?
You took your shirt off and danced for people. Stop.
No, I did wear vests like in high school though. Like I had a kind of a puffy looking like vest, and then I had a denim vest, and those were pretty cool. I try not to wear them too much because the fit with the vest you can't overdo it or it starts to look like poor. So you gotta kind of break the vest out maybe like once a month or something. Like oh shit, he's wearing the vest today, bro. It's about to roast somebody a bunch. Damn right, boy. They're about to roast my vest. That's okay. What's up? What were you gonna ask?
When you wear the vest, you wear a shirt underneath, or you just go shirt?
Yeah, I just wear a denim vest and school shirt. That's cool. I'm sure that's what they do in your parts, but I don't know. I'd wear a dope ass shirt probably, to be honest with you. Like black vest, probably like, hello, hey, what's going on? We're back. Sorry. We're just talking about all the girls that we
Oh,
fucked.
shit!
All two of them. Pardon?
His driving is fucking terrible. No wonder he went through fucking 2 windshials.
Let's look at the chat real quick. Okay, well, stop, please. Let's see here.
My shit's all fucked up.
Stop, please.
This is YouTube gold right now.
My gauges are all smashed
YouTube
up.
podcast gold. Great time, thank you.
Wow, I really appreciate you coming on here. Giving us the right
And
time.
but we need to get on with these clips.
Tony would.
Joe, they should offend people.
Would no on.
That is 100%
Come on, Tony.
community.
How are you gonna
You
say
always people in the chat, not to cross that line, bro. YouTube line, being a human line. I think we all, that's why we all, come back to each other when we leave or take a break, whatever. We all, obviously, him calling in. I mean, 2 3 months ago, it's a different story. But you know what I'm saying? Like we all know. Not only that we're professional wrestling fans, the other thing we have in mind is we all know where that line is. You all know what I'm saying. Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, I am wearing my Sting shirt. There is an AEW pay-per-view tonight that I'm extremely excited for. We'll be watching that for sure. So, if it was up to me, I would go out to the ring, I'd grab the mic, I'd say, I wish any motherfucker that's in that community locker room wants to come get the fucking smoke. You better roll one, bring it out here yourself.
Where's the Danny MT shit, bro?
Probably like Bad Bunny would start playing and RP would come out. And he'd be doing a little D-Lo Brown, the little D-Lo Brown gimmick where he's fucking shrugging.
I could hear you.
Yeah,
bro.
I was doing.
I
I
could
was
fucking
doing.
hear.
I was actually hitting hard to shake. I was.
Speaking of the Danny MT shake, can somebody send me that fucking timestamp of when he was on Joe's show and he was asking him to go on camera? Anybody?
On camera, you'd be able to see, but unfortunately, I haven't received any donations, so I don't have them. We'll get a stream live soon, maybe. But RP would come in and he'd slide in the ring. He'd grab the mic as soon as he'd go to cut a promo. Right in the fucking kisser, dude. Drop him, drag him to the bottom corner, pull my fucking ass out, and Rikishi that motherfucker, dude. And then YR comes in and he's wearing like a blonde wig, kind of looks like what's her face off Three's Company back in the day. Then he looks all cute and he goes 1, 2, 3, and then I stand over RP's body with my foot on his chest and YR grabs my belly while both my hands are in the air.
Standing over you will be standing over my body.
Oh yeah, you'll friend me with a good time, YR.
Don't let way story. Thank you.
I'm trying to sell these two as the fucking gay zone, but you're making us the gay zone right now.
Play the clip. It's a more YR burial.
YR, when are you bringing Prince Idol back?
Whenever. Never mind.
Shout out to the 63 viewers.
It's almost anything to have friendship with him. So that means he's basically giving up his channel, and he'll be able to go on Ken's channel. And
I kind of agree with Tony a little bit. You did sell me YR. So yes, I shut up.
That's why he wants to flip past it real quick.
And do stream with him there. We'll go on Dave's and call him there. He can call in there anytime. And YR can call in Dave's and fucking Ken's and pick up the phone right for him. Doesn't matter now. So YR's gonna be the racist of that. So why we want to start shit? Why we want to have a channel that's not shit? We'd rather not, because that's all he cares about is them two. And that's it.
YR comment.
Why is it true that you only care about Dave and Ken?
Yes, correct.
I respect how blunt you are.
Yes,
I guess.
We only practice honesty here on the Grayson.
This guy he's terrible at this game. He's fucking terrible.
Because they have a market. I'll follow every show first. Remember David Penn said that's how we go now. And I would stand by David Penn for a very long time. I
think here's your shoot interview.
Yeah, keep it rolling, Bubby. Yeah, I do it.
People laugh at me like I hide. People laugh at me like I hide. Like, look, you guys see me perfect. I just have last time. But I'm not hiding my face or nothing. Like, this shit's all black out.
Yeah, if I spent all day with fucking neon and blue lights on my fucking face for 12 hours straight, I probably would have sensitized too.
Yeah. I agree with that, yeah.
I wear my sunglasses inside with all these lights. I'm blinded by the neon. I'm a douchey fuck.
I've seen kind of video.
Yeah. Well, actually, he was wait. No. Actually. Well, I I will say this: Ken looks a lot better in
Dave's hideous on the
Here,
inside.
Tony's
real person than on camera. 100%, 1,000%. Yeah, he looks terrible on camera. He looks terrible on camera, bro. But no, in real life, dude, he actually like.
He looks like a Ninja Turtle.
I was watching RP. I was about to say, so no, I didn't hear that.
All right.
It's completely zoned out like I used to do with my hours program when I was on the call with him.
I think it's the first time I've ever heard someone use a Ninja Turtle analogy in the community. I definitely need to take note of it because it caught me by surprise.
No, he looks.
How do I get
he
out of
looks
here?
He looks good in real life. Like he looks like kind of not so disheveled. You know, he kind of looks put together a little bit. On camera, he looks a little
How the
disheveled.
fuck do I get out of here?
So smart, whatever he did there, but he's always using everything on show, all the kind of stuff, like evidence, who cares? He's always fucking using drama. The guy did a whole thing.
Hey, what the fuck are you doing here?
The guy has pictures of him. What are you doing, bro?
Yes, yes.
How do I get out of here, bro?
I do streams, I'm playing gameplay, super streams that you barely hear me, you barely see me, but I don't do drama.
Whoa.
Yeah. On my channel, I
Yo!
Don't you fucking, I don't ever, and this is a prime example of what not to do in this community if you want to be staying in this community. I don't ever talk to our emperor like that.
Oh, fuck
Ever.
off.
Oh, you guys just doing U-turns
Go
here?
fuck yourself.
Thank you.
No, here on the Gray Zone, you want to criticize someone, you're very much welcome to. This ain't no rim job program. Bitch.
It's a big hold up
Bro,
here.
like, it's funny to me. Every time I see Dave and Sean talking about me, I hear that song with Mariah Carey, Why You So Upset With Me? Like, this is
Fuck.
why you so upset with me?
Yeah.
I talk about me every chance I get. Like, bro, the only reason why I don't go back and focus on so serious because I'm
What a surprise that Jacob RP, immediately thinks of a girly song.
I'm done with work. If the guy would give me work, hold up.
Yeah.
What's up, bro? Like, how is your club, bro? And but wait, I handle shit. Like,
And I'm pretty sure he would turn around and walk away.
the whole water boy thing, all right.
Hey, over here, knock yourself on 8 for 6 seconds, show off your dribbling
I
skills.
kind of like went away from a joke and shit. I did
Who cares what you did?
Who
cares?
Things happen, bro. It's like, I didn't fuck this, bro. Dave,
You know all that shit.
Every time Dave talks about this, he might be called water boy. No, yeah, he got called water boy because Big Matt Hart saying, oh, he's the water boy of the drama. He wasn't called water boy.
Whoa, what the fuck?
And then JD and True World here.
Well, hey, let's pause this because as soon as they introduced that Waterboy meme, bro, I immediately put your face on Bobby Boucher's body. So I fucking begged him different. I don't know. Everyone else remembers the story, but I think it was like it was a big mix of both. You kind of did, carry that drama above the flag, but you also.
Skype lines are open for anyone who wishes to call in. Also, donation lines are open. Hi, shit. Hi.
We never carried a ball flag.
Mark, shut up.
He's always trying to. God.
Damn it.
What happened?
This car
This is
sucks
what
for
happened,
keeping,
okay.
You can't drive,
Okay.
asshole. Just
keeping
accept
in
it.
control.
Joke for shitting on him. So not much people were
Especially
calling
with
in.
the stick at that height. What are you
Jacob
fucking
RP,
doing?
called in and was cool with us, but then a couple days later, he flip-flopped and was either on Ken or Joe show, I can't remember. And then we had beef with him and shit. But the Waterboy thing, which was joined by Mars, did say, I believe it was the Bobby Boucher style of that rib there. Thank you. Like the Waterboy, like the Waterboy of a team. He was never part of the team.
He's never played.
Wrecking his car.
He
He's
was like
wiping
the first, he was
out.
like our first caller.
crashing.
When we
Bus just hit him.
when we went on March's thing, Dan started calling in, and that was like first couple shows were like all nighters. I mean, we were having like a good time and then screwed from there or whatever. And basically, he sent in you.
Okay. See, man?
Yep.
Yeah,
I thought the wire dropped off his point in a very weird spot.
I agree, but roll the punches.
It's fun TV, but I'm cemetery. But I was one way of that's very important. And then
He's supposed to be the retard drama club? Is that what he's saying?
once I kind of like, I didn't react right away early. I didn't jokes or whatever. Like, serious. And then when that week was gone, I said,
Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Look at this thing.
Seeing on video, bro.
Why are you going to White Knight real quick?
Okay, let me white knight real quick. That is a, I don't know if that's a threat.
This is tossing
That's
guys.
taking it over the line in my view too. You know, you can call people names all they want, but man, if I see him in first color, like, is that really what makes you? If this shit really makes you that mad? And listen, I get mad at times too, but like, you really got to sit down and think. That shit slides.
Right. So you
Look
think
at this
that,
thing.
So you think that threatening to like saying you want to fight someone is not appropriate, but if someone were to suggest they consider block therapy, that's not considered the same thing.
Well, it's called right, and it's called a joke.
Relax there, C-Man. You don't understand satire.
Jesus Christ, this thing's a beast, bro.
Right. Okay. I was just asking your thoughts on that.
Thank you for your thoughts. Thank you.
Look at this thing. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Although I am justified.
No, cats try to stay away. They all stay away. I mean, look at Nicky Mars.
Fight
Every
through
time
it.
Dave.
Fight
Think
through
about
it.
it.
That I think that
more Canadians,
pretty much totaled the
Yeah, none of
bus.
that stuff, you know? They pretty much have that.
That damaged it. Wow. Let's do that again. It's fun as fuck.
Dancing with girls, multiple girls.
It's like that guy that.
These guys that think they're on Jersey
That line will live on forever.
Shorts, who dances in regular guys, multiple guys, girls. Like, these are regular guys. RP has a half a job. I don't even know what that situation's about, but every other week he either has a job, he does it, his car's broke, and he's surrounded by multiple girls. Oh, he's asking his mom for $20 to go to the club. You know what I mean?
There's just, I feel like when Jacob does when he starts talking about chicks, it's always like, it feels like the really, really gay guy that doesn't want everyone to know he's gay. Doing the over macho persona, like, yeah, I fuck so many bitches, I'm gonna smash the cock. Like, that's honestly the same, that's the energy I get from him. Could be wrong. But
Yesterday when I was at the club, dancing with girls.
Multiple girls.
Come on, bro. We get it.
Yeah, it's rough.
Get out of my way. On the front, there's like a
A wedge.
Alright, pause this real quick, dude. The fact that
Leaving
RP is
carnage
bragging
in my
about how
way.
he doesn't think about the community when he's living his real life tells me that he thinks about the community when he's living his real life. Because, bro, I never am having a good time and stop and think, damn, this is way better than being on a call with Pete from my arm. I never do that. I just live. Like he's like in the club dancing with girls, multiple girls. He's stopping and reflecting on like how fun. Like, come on, bro.
I'll tell you something. You know, like whatever, a couple years ago, like the whole thing. I have a picture of music that like when I couldn't imagine having whether it's FWB, benefits, wife, girlfriend, so to be in a community. All my attention would be on.
Women are pretty fucking annoying.
They're all trying to get out of my way.
You think that until you have one.
If you were getting multiple,
He's
if you were
dead.
able to go show up at a club. You want to be on these?
No, I see what you're saying.
What are you doing?
Multiple girls. Dancing with girls, multiple girls. Dancing with girls,
Carnage
multiple girls,
in my
multiple
way.
girls, with one of my aunt.
We're still going.
Jesus. Don't get me going, boy.
Dance with trannies, multiple trannies.
This bus is insane.
Dancing with trannies, multiple trannies.
This sounds like a Dr. Seuss book at this point. I'm on pop.
I was at the club dancing with trannies, multiple trannies.
Someone
I think we're out of juice.
Shit.
RP for the Grey Zone.
Take apart.
I do recommend you go check out their video because it was funny. That's some good lines.
Oh, maybe when you're 45, now too. Well, maybe when you're 45, get on to you will have to, you know. But I can guarantee you won't be spending your all time on YouTube.
I don't spend all day on YouTube now. I'm getting all day. I actually go out. The past 2 days, I made $230 worth.
Damn, bro.
I've been out work. I've been earning money.
Well, yeah, he has on a...
Multiple girls.
Multiple girls.
Dancing in clubs, multiple clubs. Hanging out with girls, multiple girls. I wrecked my car, multiple cars. Hanging with Tony, multiple Tonys. Oh my god.
This guy. I'm out living my life, man. Hanging with girls.
Multiple girls. It's like he doesn't think that the
It
word
doesn't get old,
girls, so he
people.
has
Doesn't
lines.
get
It's
old.
like there's more than one. Hanging with girls, multiple girls.
Girls.
This literally could be. You were so right on the
No.
money when you said this could be like a goddamn Dr. Seuss poem.
What are we multiplying by, though? You know?
Can't see.
Multiple girls by multiple drinks.
RP is the king of the ugly bitches. RP's in there with like 4 like
Now, this is-
ugly ass hoes.
I'm not gonna be a hater, but I'll confirm it. He did show me a couple of them, but you kind of get that they are like those like nice looking mommies. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, they're moms. They're still like they're pretty good, like they're not bad.
So it's like the chick you match
obviously,
with on Tinder, and she says, I had my fun and I'm trying to be serious, but she still sleeps with multiple guys in a week. Is that the kind of shit you're talking about?
I mean, the guy. I mean, another issue. He maybe
Just
still
destroying her.
But
I can't. I myself couldn't date a single mom, mainly because like when the inevitable breakup happens, I'm gonna miss the kids more than I miss the mom. I think that's just in the 2 a.m. in my nature. Like I don't want to fucking take on that fathering role. So I could never fucking do it. But if that's what he wants to do, that's cool. You know, respect.
Insane. This bus needs to be stopped. Who's gonna stop it?
See, I can picture this. What do you think they smell?
I think I put in your chat that I think he smells like resentment and taco beef.
You're in my chat? What?
it smells like the scent of a gun.
You're in my chat?
Thank you. I'm glad. See, this is what's cool. Is like ours is neutral. I criticize Dave, and YR fucking licks the outer ring of Dave's asshole on a consistent basis, so it has like a nice even filter to it. Podcast gold here in the Grey Zone.
Like straight up, like that.
Dave, what cigs do you smoke? I'm genuinely curious.
He's trying to run from me.
Some brands are fucking way like heavier.
See that guy? Why is he coming down here?
Oh, just straight up cowboy killers, huh?
What the fuck?
Yeah, those will leave. They'll leave the smell. They're fucking powerful.
I mean, like the first cigarette I ever tried or whatever was my grandma's. She used to smoke Misty 120 for Virginia Slim, and I used to like.
Why are smokes Virginia Slims?
No, not anymore. But that's when I first did it. And when I was in high school, I got the Mexican kids to give me the cools, pack of cools, and then when I lived with the black people 10 years ago, I was on the Newport for like 8 years.
I cannot believe this one.
What?
Nothing. Dave says he smokes Pall Mall bowls. Yeah, I used to smoke. I don't anymore. Thank fucking God. But I'm
That's like the cheapest cigarette, Dave.
Pall Mall. I used to smoke fucking
Yeah, they are cigarettes, like a good one. I smoke some. That's all they're gonna do. And get off the routine and leave the smell.
Since it is like a gold here. Scared of shit.
I know he's gonna talk more about Ken. That's what I want.
Strong cigarette smell. I bet you smell like Aqua di Gio, right? Armani Aqua di Gio. Well, listen. If you want to pull a lady,
You say he smells like hair product? Fuck. See, when you know, I'm not gonna diss cologne or anything like that. I fucking wear it, but it's when you're over wearing too much perfume.
Enough with the fucking cologne and smoke talk.
bro.
Faggots.
Oh, no!
Bro.
See if we can just lift off from here, ready?
I'm no, like who's my first love? Model of
Oh
her.
shit.
I don't.
This is next.
Well, if you know when someone has like a body odor,
It's a yes or no question. Did you sniff Dr.
I didn't sniff him, but
How do you know he smells like?
I probably would have smelled because I didn't. It wasn't a bad smell.
But so you sniffed him.
not sniffed him, but if there was a smell, I would have smelled it.
That doesn't make
I
sense.
didn't smell anything.
But you said he smelled. But you just said you actively. If you smelled something, then that means even if there wasn't a pungent smell there, then that means that you at some point sniffed Dr. Brown.
Let me take back my topic.
Okay.
My answer.
Okay.
Let me take back my answer. I would have smelled if there was something to smell, and usually there's more bad smells than good smells. Now, a good smell would be the smell of cologne. That's probably about it, right? I mean, when you smell, it's either flowery or like a cologne. So if I would smell something bad, let me just get
Wow, these roads are crazy,
I
bro.
smell something, so I have to
Never
assume.
smelled.
These are
Why
crazy
did you
roads,
sniff
bro.
I think the pole go up.
How can I land?
You said Dr. Earl.
Look at
One clone, bro. It's off.
Girls. Give you a little bit of.
The group, you sleep empty, then what? That's not legit. It's a red bottle.
Yeah, I'll say
oh
that.
my god. It's like, which is like your clean.
Bro, I'm not a
Fucking
cologne
clone,
connoisseur.
bro.
I just think it's if you want
Bro,
to
get
use
that
He knows
fucking-
Wire knows
Right.
nothing.
There's certain
You hear that, Wire? You know nothing.
colognes that like stay on you more and last longer more. It has to do
Yeah,
with
the
like
more-
pH
usually the
and
more
all that shit.
expensive
Like you gotta
ones.
find that cologne that fits you. That bro, this cologne just spray on a couple times, so it'll stay on you all day. There's some that
Well, that's what I was saying earlier about the toilet and the parfum. Obviously, I'm pronouncing those wrong, but I think the difference is like in the toilet, there's less of a concentration of the oils in it,
Damn it.
whereas the parfum
No.
has more oils, therefore it's going to be stronger and linger longer.
No.
So yeah, I like that they're talking about cologne. Well, colognes, it's good stuff.
Damn it.
Ooh, I'm on code, I'm on PGO.
Hey, we did it.
Those ones great.
Hey, we did it.
Here he is, RP, ladies and gentlemen, getting spruced up for the good old club. Good old clubbing. And hey, this guy can
Made
probably
it,
plug the next 20
guys.
years, 'cause,
What a landing.
look,
Is the engine stop?
the next.
Okay.
I think the engine's dead.
Look.
Yeah,
The
it's,
engine's
he's
hydrolocked.
fucking opening up the green screen. It's so weird. He literally got his green screen just to use a set that looks like the set he already has in real life. Like that's just people are gonna be more
Made it.
impressed if they like that kind of stuff by the real setup, not your. I don't get it, but
I have it for games, bro.
real great. Like fucking come on camera. I don't even play proper intros anymore. I just fucking put the thumbnail and play a song usually off of Spotify.
If you had like at least a couple shows a week consistently, you would be back to your regular old basic good guy man that everyone used to love back in the Sean View days.
I don't know if I would want to go back to that because that's very limiting.
Liked by all? You don't want to be liked by all?
Fuck it. I think if I'm being universally liked, then I'm probably doing something wrong.
Yeah, but you still have your main people that you shit on. Obviously, you're always gonna have that group.
Yeah, but the problem with you take me back to that, and it's like I almost and I'm not dissing Dave or Ken when I say this. In some ways, in this criticism I received, I essentially was a propaganda machine for them, and I don't
try to land on the
want to go
runway.
back to being a propaganda machine for anybody. That was kind of the
A
whole
bit
idea
of a pilot am I,
Green Zone initially.
with
was
a car.
If there's something going on that I want to talk about, I don't have these direct ties that I have to exist on one side of the argument. So no, I don't necessarily think I'd ever want to go back to that. I have more fun now because I'm not just doing the whole fucking loud, angry psychology term bullshit. Like I enjoy doing the troll bits. I enjoy doing some of the being and shit. But to go back to it full time, it's just fucking. There's not a need for it anymore. Like everything.
Well, let's continue with the flicks. There's just more stuff. Ours is gone, huh?
Yeah, his internet shit out. I don't know what's going on exactly. But yeah, he's
Well, dude.
Dave in the chat, you want a propaganda machine? Where'd you get that? Honestly, like when I look back at it, that's kind of how I feel about myself in some regards. Was that yes, but it's very much a chance he does. It pisses me off. It just kicks me from
Work.
You know,
This is great. Which I
So
just
you're
fucking
just
hit a
playing
wall.
your game and listening to the
This
stream,
car's
but you're
been
not
through everything,
commenting.
bro, and still runs. Insane.
What's the point then? You could be playing music.
See you later, guys. For now, I'll be back later on. This stream was not reviewable at all. Just chilling, playing games. Hey, we're gonna crash.
Well, I made a good job of it. Plus, simple couple of clips that I played over and over and over again really sort of highlighted things. Don't you think?
Stop! Oh my god! Fire! Whoops. Fire! Anyways,
Cool.
homies, I will be back later on tonight. We're
Ooh.
gonna get stony. You motherfucker. You motherfucker. Some errands, do some things, do a little food shopping, all those things. Yo, I enjoyed hanging out, getting super stony.
And now, after all that weed that he consumed, he's going to go drive. That sounds safe.
Paul 3 is not a real threat for anyone. Carlos, I appreciate you hanging, bro. Thank you, man.
No, a little shot against Paul 3, but I thought he liked you.
Just hung out, had a little fun, played that fucking stream, but I don't know. It is what it is. I'd rather play games and fuck around and get high.
But you played the entire stream of Seaman's show.
Smoke, you know what I mean? So that's what we will be doing later on, getting high, smoking, maybe.
Like I said, why don't you play your band's music while you play your game? Promote it, and, you've got music that you own or at least are able to play, I guess. I don't know.
Paul 3 will stop by, and we can talk to Paul 3 about a couple things. Much love, homies. I will see you guys later on. Thank you.
Oh, so he is cool with Paul 3. Interesting.
Jesus Christ. Much love, homies. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Thank you for being my homie. Thank you for being my true dog. I appreciate you, Carlos. Thank you. And thank you, everybody else who's here all the time. Shitty's best mixes, everybody else. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys very much. Much love. See you later on tonight.
So thank God that's the end of that. And I'm sure he'll be reviewing it, but then again, nobody does it better than Dave Rose. Nobody.
They don't have a nice bedroom, Ken. They don't have a nice bedroom. You definitely do not fucking spoil them like Joe spoils his kids. You do not do that. These kids are starving. These kids are fucking hungry. These kids have no fucking clean clothes on their back. I mean, it's just a crime. I think fucking DSS is going to be called on you, Ken. I really do. I think they're going to have the child social services come take these kids away. I really do. I think these kids are going to be taken away, man. Lack of nutrition. I mean, if they're following your diet, I mean, Jesus. Feeding them Coca-Cola and,
There is no R at the end of Coca-Cola.
Despicable, Ken. You should read that book, Ken. Or How to Be a Good Dad. Maybe you should read that book. Okay? How to Be a Good Dad, Ken.
All right, so Skype lines remain open for the next couple of minutes. But, if we don't get any calls, we're going to wrap it up. I think we've done a good job here on the Drama Diner episode 78 stream. We've been going on for over 3 hours. Not one donation, though. But we've been revealing the truth and exposing the liars. So Tony put us up to the challenge to provide the evidence that he was demanding. Well, it was. And then it was compared to what he said, point for point, multiple times, like Ken does. And I think we made a great point today, to be quite honest. I think we've really driven the point across, really ground it in there, rubbed it in to the wound. And there's no way to dance around this. Any sort of attempt to explain what was exposed today will just be essentially admission to your guilt. So you've been exposed, Tony, yet again. And, seeing how many people have put up clips of you being exposed as a liar, I can't wait to see those. But yeah, you're exposed yet again. And there's really nothing that you can do. You can dig yourself into a grave, but you can't dig yourself out of a hole. So as the community shovel, you're just not going to be able to recover from this one. You've been exposed. Everyone sees you for who you are. And now when you demanded the evidence be presented, the evidence was presented in all its glory. And, any attempt to even argue this will show total delusion and narcissistic tendencies that prove that we were correct. So it's a win-win for everyone. Oh, could that be a donation? It is. It is a donation. We got a donation from the lovely Ms. Cora. And no message to that, but I do appreciate the donation nonetheless. So we're going to... Here, I'm going to give you something special. I don't usually do this. I don't usually acquiesce to the female gender, being a misogynist and all. But you know what? I'm going to give you something special, Cora, for that donation. And you know what? I think you deserve it. So let's give you something that, I think that she would enjoy. And you know what? If people in the chat don't enjoy it, well, too fucking bad. She made a donation, and as such, she'll be recognized it with the appropriate gift that, is required for this sort of situation. So, just trying to get this fucking image here into the chat, or into the OBS. But this one's for you, Cora. Okay? There you go. Hopefully it gives you a little smile, a little jump in your step, as it were. But yes, this one's for you, Cora. So you enjoy. And I'll leave it on a little bit extra because you never know if Jacob RP's watching, or Danny MT, or even Tony. I mean, they would probably really appreciate this image as well. So they'll probably do something very dirty while watching the stream. But, this is not for them. Okay, this is for you, Cora. So you enjoy. Take this in, and just remember the timestamp. And you can always play that on repeat if you ever need to. Know what I'm saying? Wink, wink. So, thanks again for the donation, Cora. Hope I give you a little laugh with that. Let's just see. I'm getting messaged. Yeah. All right, good. I'm glad that I gave people some laughs there. But yeah, I mean, we didn't get any calls. I guess everyone's very satisfied with today's meal at the diner, and yeah, there's not much more to be said. Of course, Tony says he's going live tonight, and look, I can play this game as long as I want to, and I just give you guys the entertainment. So, you know what? That's how it goes, and these people can say whatever they want. I have a record that I've already proven. I'm the sailaway champion of the world, 12 times, now retired. So they just have to look and emulate me to be able to claim the same sort of level of moral authority that I have the right to claim at this point. But they won't, because they can't. So let Tony continue to review my videos, because it's going to be an Inception video level event where it's going to be review over review over review over review. And I'm fine, diving headfirst into that, realm of craziness. I've done it before. I'll do it again. But, obviously some viewers find it quite challenging because you're going through layers of all this bullshit. But I will be your guide on this voyage. So if that needs to be done, it needs to be done. And, Tony can review whatever the fuck he wants. It has to be understood that my actions, although might not be understood initially, might be even criticized or castigated when I take them, eventually prove to be correct. So, yeah, people are, as of late, because there's always something new, right? As of late, they're upset with Dave allowing Tony on a second time. To talk about Jacob RP, while still holding him accountable for what he said and holding him accountable for his actions, and plus all the hours and hours of content that I've created to disseminate and deconstruct his arguments. Well, those will be proven correct. Not today, not tomorrow, maybe not next year, but eventually they will be proven correct. Maybe sooner, who knows. Point is, though, that I'm confident in my actions, although I do have many people who, show dissent and criticize me vocally and publicly. And I'm fine with that. And I stand by my actions. But eventually you'll see that I was correct for my actions. Let me just quickly check the chat here. Chat it out. Apparently, Tina says, I'm going to trigger Ken. Right. But, yeah, you know what? I think that's it. I think we're going to wrap it up. I do appreciate everyone attending here today. It was fun to go through this, especially because I was able to do that little clip trick and just post one clip versus the other so that we could hear the dichotomy of the arguments. So there's not much more you can say. There's no damage control you can do, Tony, to come back from this. It is what it is. You might as well just swallow it, swallow your pride, and accept the fact that you got exposed. So there you go. So, on that note, I am Devious Dave Rose. I will be closing the doors to the Drama Diner very shortly. So, I do appreciate everyone joining us here today. And we shall see you next time.